Doctor, question that's always bothered me and a lot of people, Mayflower combined with Philadelphia. No-brainer, right? Because this is where the Mayflower landed. Not so. It turns out Columbus actually set foot somewhere down in the West Indies. Little-known fact. How does the name Mayflower get up to the Quaker City?
Well, it wasn't actually Columbus, the Mayflower, as you probably remember, and he did land in Plymouth Rock.
Well, they landed several places because there's the Nina, the Pinta. There are a couple of them. They all landed in different places, but
not really.
Well, I'm not the historian. Let the people in the production booth deal with that one.
Really.
You're hypocrites, all of you.
You got a problem with what I'm saying, Larry? Untie your tongue and you come out here and talk, huh? Am I upsetting you, princess?
Jesus hits on me one more time, I'm fucking out of here.
I remember, I always liked you.
Well, I always liked you.
I always liked you so much.
So, Mike, should we get together another time?
No, I'm sorry. It's, I thought we'd have a really terrific time.
It's okay, Mike.
You were such a super lady.
My friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. But my answer ain't all that use me stuff. I want to spread the news that if it feels it's good getting used, oh, you just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. My brother sit me right down and he talked to me. He told me that I ought not to let you just walk on me. And I'm sure he meant well. Yeah, but when I talk was through, I said, brother, if you only knew, you'd wish that you were in my shoes. You just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. Do abuse me. You get me in a crowd of high-class people, and then you act real rude to me. But oh, baby, when you love me, I can't get enough. Getting used, oh, you just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. Talking about you, people, it all depends on what you do. It ain't too bad the way you using me. You to do the things you do.
Ron and Fez show. Earl, a little funky today.
Very funky today.
Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron. There's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
What a day it is. Beautiful day out there, Fez, but awful, awful news.
Yeah, really bad news.
That's true. It really is. We lost Bruno Kirby yesterday.
Bruno Kirby, he, of course, for Godfather 2, Good Morning Vietnam, Spinal Tap, City Slickers, I think most people probably know him from.
Did the guy ever do a bad film, Fez? Was he ever bad in any film? No.
I don't think he was.
No.
Not a bad role.
Yeah. So today, I'm inconsolable. I almost didn't even feel like doing the show today. That's how bad I felt.
Oh, I'm sorry for you.
Do you understand inconsolable at all?
Yeah, I understand inconsolable.
So then you don't tell me that you're sorry.
Oh.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. It's just an awful sad time.
Well, if there's anything I can do to make you feel better today, just let me know.
I'm inconsolable. I cannot be consoled.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
Again, inconsolable. Keeping an eye on this MSNBC story, Fez. We've got a plane on the runway and some kind of security incidents taking place.
Yeah, what we heard, it was a flight from London, I think a United flight from London, was bound for D.C., got diverted to Boston. The word is crazy passenger. She was claustrophobic, started causing a disturbance, and the pilot said, I gotta put her down in Boston. I guess this lady was so nuts with her claustrophobia.
Now, didn't she yell out the term Al-Qaeda, though?
The feds are denying that she was yelling Al-Qaeda, that she had Vaseline and a screwdriver. Right. Those are all the rumors coming out of this flight.
Right.
But something's up other than a crazy passenger, because every bag of luggage is being looked at out on the runway. They've got all the luggage out there.
Now, did they get the people off the plane?
I think I don't know if the people are off it or not.
Because I got news for you. I'm kicking a fucking window out. If I'm sitting there and they go, we better go through the luggage, we're going to leave you on board, though.
Yeah, I guess they don't want anyone getting off while they can still check their luggage. They're probably still on there.
Jermaine,
you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi. I wonder what's the name of the song that came on at the beginning of the show?
It's called Use Me, Bill Withers.
All right, thank you.
All right. Welcome to the planet Earth. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. I'd like to know that name that they play before football games where everybody stands up if we get the chance. Some of the people take off their hats. I'd like to look into that.
That's the national anthem, sir. You should know it.
Here is, let me go to Dan. Dan, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Dan, go ahead.
Buddies.
Yeah.
Buddies, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, great intro today, Earl. And you're probably going to get a lot of phone calls today regarding all the bullshit that was going on Opie and Anthony, them bashing you guys.
Uh-huh.
And I'm really fucking pissed off, man, because, there's no excuse for this shit. You guys do a wonderful show. You guys don't steal shit from them. I don't know where this is coming from, but I think you guys really need to address your listeners and your fans and put this stuff on the table, because these guys are total assholes for even accusing you guys of stealing their material. I don't know where they're coming from, this left field bullshit. I'm going to hang up and listen to your answer, because there's a lot of people that are probably wondering, man. But, you guys fucking blow the doors off of Opie and Anthony. You guys are the fucking best, and I'm just really pissed off, and I don't even know what to say anymore.
Would you say that you're inconsolable at this point?
I would say that I'm very inconsolable. I'm almost...
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
He's inconsolable.
See, maybe Fezzi can learn something from you, because I don't know. You guys are the fucking greatest, and if you can just fill me in, man, because I don't know what's going on. I'll hang up and listen. You guys are the best.
Well, I don't know how much of it we can talk about at this point right now.
I mean, there are problems, yes.
But, some of this stuff can't be addressed at this level. It's just that simple.
Yeah, it's going to be handled by, people like Eric Logan, maybe Hugh Pinero. I'm just going to say this much.
Don't even say it. Don't say any much. That doesn't help at all. Well, until everything is settled, and it should be settled, an office is much bigger than this, you shouldn't even be talking about it.
Yeah, I shouldn't be talking about this, but I think this goes for
everything. When I hear you say but, and then I know you're going to say something that you're not going to be able to take back.
Well, that just goes for everybody, no matter what sort of situation they work in. I think I'm speaking in general terms.
All right, go ahead and say it then. It's up to you, because I can't stop you, it seems.
Well, I mean, there's problems here, yes, and I'm just going to say this. Sexual harassment is not a joke. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, I think that's too far.
I don't think that goes into the details of what the problems are between the shows.
I think it's the exact detail. And that's why I thought you went too far. I think you exactly out at the situation.
It'll be settled. Let me just tell that to everybody.
Well, let me point this out. Anthony has nothing to do with it. You may get your things and go, sir. You're fine. We'll let you know if we need anything.
I'm sorry, but, you know, grab ass on the office place.
No,
it's not gonna.
It's not grab ass. Brush. At most, it's a brush.
But it's not gonna be tolerated no matter where anyone works.
Here's Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big shame about this whole mess, but I just wanted to say, I hope you guys aren't bringing Twitchell's on your show. That guy's a fucking hack. I hate that.
Well, whatever is happening between us and Twitchell's is in negotiations right now, so that's really, again, something we can't talk about.
He's going to ruin your whole show.
How can you ruin something that already stinks? That's my point there. That's like saying you're going to ruin shit. I don't think it can be done.
You could ruin, like, the consistency of shit, I think.
It's still shit.
Yeah.
No matter what the consistency is. That's why I come in here feeling confident every day. At most, all we can do is change the consistency. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Should I even do the show with this Bruno Kirby thing hanging over me? It's just too much.
Well, I'll be here for you, and I'll help you make it through.
Inconsolable. That's the point I'm at right now. I cannot be consoled.
Can I take you to lunch or something afterwards, after the show?
What were you going to spend? Why don't you just give me that money? Because I'll tell you what I was going to have. I was going to have surf and turf, 2 appetizers, salad, and probably dessert.
Ah, grief makes you hungry.
Yeah. So that probably was going to come to about $85.90. Why don't you just give me $75 right now? And you're out ahead of it all.
I was thinking of sandwiches.
Give me 14. See if it works. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, I understand your inconsolability, and your good friend Fez has been thwarted in his attempts to console. I'm just wondering if...
I'm so sorry about him.
Yeah, I mean, throw him a bone, maybe let him know when you might become consolable.
I will. Right now I'm in a state of shock, though. I can't deal.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
What are you going to do about it?
Well, whatever I can do for you. I'm just here. Right now, all I can do is be here for you.
That's all you've ever really done. No matter what was happening on the show, all you've ever really done is be here.
Yeah, and I always will be. Right by your side.
Well, while you're here?
Yeah?
Help.
Oh.
Carry your part of the load. Redding, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, first, I miss Consolable Ron, by the way.
Yeah.
But, you know, this whole situation with UNONA, like, I was talking to the guys on Whackbag, and they all don't believe that, you know, this is going on, but I just want to let everybody know, you know, that this is real, you know. You could see it. I mean, you guys do a great show, and they're just getting jealous because, you know.
Well, they're getting jealous because they didn't get, I don't even want to bring it up, but they didn't get Malaysia. And I know in the back of Opie's mind, he's not going to be satisfied without Malaysia. Some things you can't deal with.
I understand, you know, that he's, you know, I understand the pressure on Opie.
Sure.
I totally understand that. That's
how you have no pressure on you.
Well, I see him,
and yet you still bend, which is really odd.
Yeah, but you know, it doesn't give anyone the right. You don't go around looking down people's blouses.
I wouldn't even bring that up.
Just shouldn't happen. Not the fucking king of the world.
Where'd that come from?
I'm just saying.
No, I mean the crazy king of the world thing. Where did that come from? Was that a Leo shot?
Maybe more James Cameron.
Here's Kirby. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, man, let's not forget Mr. Kirby's also in the Sleepless in Seattle. Again, another great movie that, he's always a part of something awesome.
Well, I don't know anything about Sleepless in Seattle. I do not have a vagina. I understand it's something the women watch.
I thought he was great in it. I think
he wasn't in Sleepless in Seattle. He was when Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, it's the other one.
Which is a guy's movie, and everybody should watch. Here is Sean. Sean, you're on Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm big fans of Opie and Anthony, and I started liking you guys because of them.
Oh, thank you very much.
I could definitely start not liking you because of them as well, too.
Go ahead.
Don't you think you guys owe them a little gratitude for where they took you in life with right now?
You know what? I mean, everybody owes everybody, but Fez has his parameters. There's certain things.
Now he's a star.
There's certain things.
Now he's a star. All of a sudden, he could sit there and trash the guys that made him.
Maybe Maybe I'd like to come to work and not be leered at. Maybe that's a right every American has.
Even black Americans?
Somewhat. But yeah, for mostly. Like I said, this will be settled in a corporate office.
You know what? Let's just keep it off the air then. Whatever your problems are,
right,
with those guys. And when we say guys, obviously we don't mean Anthony.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Opie, Norton, Fez, something happened. Something happened between the three of them.
Yeah. And I just want to say, that a person should be able to feel safe coming to work.
And another thing, too, and I'll just drop this and this is, because Fez makes one accusation, let's not take it into other areas and act like that's the problem. The problem is whatever Fez feels took place between him and the boys. And when I say the boys, obviously I don't mean Anthony.
Yeah. Not O&A, O&N.
Yeah. What's O&N?
Opie and Norton.
Oh, I thought you were throwing Earl in there.
Oh, no.
Earl, you're fine.
Earl just tends to look the other way. Don't get me involved.
Right. I don't blame you, Earl. Stay low.
I don't care what happens.
Indy Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, I don't know if you want to talk about Big Brother, but I just wanted to check too, because I called into O&A this morning before I caught on to all this. And are you guys going to get upset if I still call O&A, or you want me?
Right now, I want you to call O&A exclusively.
Really?
Yeah.
So no more Big Brother updates?
Yeah.
Oh well, all right. That kind of sucks, but
yeah. Well, it cost us the Big Brother update. What can we say about it?
I understand.
You're going to lose some battles in the war. And one of the battles we lost, Fez, was Big Brother update.
Won't you, Big Brother? Big Brother.
It's a Big Brother update.
Let me just ask you right off the bat, Fezzy, did any of this actually happen, or is it all in your mind?
No, things actually happened.
Okay.
That I'm willing to, go forward with.
Right.
Discuss it with corporate heads. Lawyers if I have to.
Was the word camel toe used?
Yes.
Because I heard it was.
Yes, that's no rumor. That's not idle chit-chat. That's true. You can't... You just can't make comments like that. When someone's trying to come in, do their job, that's all they want to do.
Can you wear looser pants?
I shouldn't have to.
True.
It shouldn't be the victim's fault here, Ronnie. I'm well within my rights to wear what I want to work. But I shouldn't have to come in here and, run some sort of gauntlet to try to get to the studio.
True.
Some sort of tailhook convention hallway.
That was a nice callback.
Yeah.
It's been a while. What, 10 years, 12 years?
Probably more.
Well.
but I think it still fits.
Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, I understand Fez's part in this, but I heard that you had something to play too. When you threatened to give Earl back, that just broke the camel's back there, boss.
Oh, Earl is going back with a bow on his fucking forehead. If nothing else comes out of this, Earl goes back.
I don't want to go back.
That may be one of my conditions.
Perfect. Make that number one.
That may be part of. I'm going too far into this.
Yeah,
but that definitely is going to be high on the list of any sort of possible settlement. And I'm saying possible,
right? Because you don't even know if you're ready.
No, this may go all the way into a courtroom.
That's far.
As far as I can take it right now. Well, I don't feel safe in here. I do not feel safe in here.
It's not a safe place. It wasn't supposed to be.
But it's a place of business.
Right.
It's where I come to work.
Well, I don't even know if I would consider what you do work. I know you come to be.
That shouldn't dismiss anything.
True.
That's not the technicality that would get this thrown out.
Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie, I know you're inconsolable and everything.
I'm inconsolable today over this Bruno Kirby thing.
I got to figure out something to do for you.
I console you, but I understand that inconsolable feeling. But don't forget, he played Jason Patric's father in Sleepers. It was a damn good movie.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was always great. He was always great.
I know.
Spinal Tap. That little part that he played in Spinal Tap, to me, peaked.
The limo driver. The creepy gym coach in Basketball Diaries.
Excellent. Will, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys? I got two things for you.
Yeah.
The first thing is I didn't want you to forget about Bruno Kirby's greatest role ever in The Freshman with Matthew Broderick.
Fantastic role, fantastic film.
And second thing, I just want to say I love O&A, but Ron Bennington is the funniest fucking guy in radio. Thank you. Later.
Well, that makes Fez feel better about himself.
Now I'm starting to feel inconsolable.
It's like a second rape. I shouldn't even use the word rape. Forget rape.
Well,
rape didn't happen. Rape has to be penetration.
What about intent? Does that count for anything?
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a psychologist. I've told women I was, both those things before.
I'm going to have to end up seeing both.
One time I told a woman I was Pablo Escobar's best friend. I was in Miami. Down there, that's a big deal.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
It worked for you, huh?
Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I heard Anthony's a little pissed and jealous about his girlfriend won Fez.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously she worries about Fez. Now probably more than ever.
Yeah, she's a nurturer.
Yeah.
But, by nature. Nurture by nature.
Wasn't that a band? And again with this, whatever happened, the issue between Fez and the boys, nothing to do with Anthony.
Yeah, I don't want, anything I'm saying here, which is probably too much, maybe that's my problem. I put myself out there too much. I'm too friendly. I'm too gregarious. And then people, start thinking they can take privileges. Maybe that's my problem. I should just shut myself off. Just come in here, head down, punch the clock, do the show, punch the clock, and leave again.
You are here for exactly 3 hours a day, I noticed. I'm here a little less.
I'm putting in my time. But, you think, maybe we're not just people that see each other in the hallway between the two shows. Then next thing you know, someone's snapping a bra strap or something.
Just stop. Just stop.
It goes too far. It goes too damn far.
866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Little Prince Harry's in trouble, huh, Fez?
Yeah, Prince Harry on the Sun, the London tabloid. Picture of him right there on the front page where he's at a party with his brother.
Right.
He's kissing on this blonde girl who's not his girlfriend.
Right.
And just a handful of teat on this girl.
Fake tit. I mean, those things look like two rocks that she had on the front of her. My favorite part of it is the picture of his brother just wasted. Just fucking wasted behind him.
Yeah, he's in the background enjoying some cocktails, and the eyes are down to tiny, tiny slits. He's so drunk. He's just so absolutely out of it.
When you're doing shots 3:30 in the morning, you're fucking gone. Here's what I don't get out of the whole story. We still use the word princes and queens. This isn't the 1400s. This is the 1990s. Can we stop calling people prince?
This is the 2006s.
Wow. Where the hell have I been?
We're even further along.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this decade is the 2006s.
Yeah. So they're the heirs to the throne. The way the story was written, third to the throne, Prince Harry.
Right.
You know, so they keep that whole thing going, too. I think whoever becomes king next, I don't think, it won't be Charles.
There's never been a king during our lifetime, right? It's always been queen.
Yeah, because she took over like 80 years ago.
Now, queen, kind of embarrassing, but king, just downright ridiculous. That a fucking man would put a crown on his head and a big red robe and start walking around acting like he was in charge. And this is what gets to me. And they're not. I mean, I could see being a king if you actually ran the country. But what do these people do?
Yeah, in the war in Iraq, how many times has the Queen come over and met with, spoke to Congress or sat with President Bush?
What do they do, Fez? Do you know?
They're just head of state.
What does that even mean, though? If you're head of state, you would be running something.
Yeah, and they are there for ceremonial purposes. And yet it costs that country, I mean billions, to keep this family running.
To me, it seems like if we put a crown on Paris Hilton's head, because they all act just like Paris Hilton, it's not that big a deal.
You are right about if we had a king, because that just makes you think Jerry Lawler right off the bat, doesn't it? I mean,
that's the only king that I've had during my lifetime, except for if you're going to go for the big cat, Ernie Ladd, and that was many, many years ago.
He had one of those imperial margarine crowns that he used to put on.
Well, what else would you wear if you're a man? You can't just wear the little tiara. You've got to have that whole big red thing going. That's like a Jamaican.
You're right. That's the problem. All the bling gets a lot gaudier.
How many kings and princes are out there now? And England has them.
Yeah.
France, no. Italy, no. Germany, no.
No. Mideast countries have them. Like King Hussein of Jordan.
But he's the actual king. He runs the country.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Which I don't even understand. Why do we deal with a place who say a guy runs it because of birthright? Why we're spreading freedom all over the world, why would our president meet a king and not act like it's ridiculous?
And the fact that we made such a stink about no more kings when this country was actually founded.
True. Some guy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, hey, Fez. Listen, I used to live over there. They're good for a few things. They're good for tourism for the country. They're good for making deals, trade with other countries. They're good, they're good morale for the country. We love them, but, I know it's not the right thing for America.
I don't even understand it, though. We love them. They're good for commerce. How are they good for commerce?
No, because when they're making deals with other countries, trade agreements, it's like, it kind of butters the deal up, having the Queen there. They love that. Other dignitaries from other states and stuff like that.
If I was there making a deal with England and she showed up, I'd say, get out. This has nothing to do with you.
Queen no stroke.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I mean, they're good for tourism.
Are you... All right, but see, there's a lot of things. Cocaine would be good for business, too. But we outlaw that because it has a downside.
I can't buy the tourism argument because people that are visiting England would still go see Buckingham Palace, whether there was a lady sitting on the throne inside there or not.
Right.
They would still go see all that stuff. It's all historical landmarks.
Tommy, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, guys?
Tommy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Tommy?
I can hear you. Hello?
Tommy?
Hello?
Hi, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing? You know, Prince Charles is not first of his throne. He got annulment, so he can't become king. Prince William is going to take over when Queen Elizabeth dies.
Well, it still officially could be Prince Charles, even though that the word is that it won't be. He still is first in line.
He's still first in line. What could happen if he decides to become king is that tree bark that he married, Camilla Parker Bowles, she couldn't be queen.
What would she be?
She would be
Mrs. Bowles.
Yes, exactly. Duchess of Yorkshire Terrier, something like that.
I know, that's the other thing. It's bad enough they got a king and a queen and all that, but then they have lords and dukes and ladies. Like, it's a fucking Renaissance festival. Stop the silliness and start acting like humans.
Yeah, Prince Charles, when he married Lady Diana Spencer, she was already Lady Diana before she became Princess of Wales.
Yeah, then they have the balls to act like this is some rags to riches story.
Yeah, because her father was Lord Littlebrook or whatever.
Did you ever see the house she grew up in? It looks like Yale. It looks like she was born and raised in an Ivy League school, but all by herself.
Just goes on and on forever.
How big of a house do you need?
Well, I mean, if you look where they have her buried, she's on an island. On her own property.
Right.
Where it's like you would I think it's 2 days by boat to get out to the island where they have her mausoleum.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's ridiculous what they do over there. They're out of their minds. And this kid, he wants to go out. He's how old? 21, 22?
Harry's 21.
All right, 21, get drunk and grab some tit. That is the age. I mean, if there's ever an age that you can get away with it, that's the age. Why is everybody making a big deal about this and acting like the country could suddenly dissolve?
Now, this girl whose tit he was grabbing, Natalie Pinkham, of course, British name. I'm sure she's...
And she's already a billionaire herself, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she's Dame or Lady Natalie Pinkham. She's some sort of television hostess.
Really?
Yeah, so she's some sort of local England celebrity. They just call anyone who gets on TV a host or hostess, no matter what they do.
I don't think that's true.
Well, that's a title they should get rid of, Ron.
I don't think they call everybody a hostess over there. You're just all fired up today.
So Prince Harry, he's furious. He says these photos were stolen from this Lady Pinkham's house.
Yeah.
And he can't console. Talk about inconsolable.
Yeah.
His steady girl, Chelsea Davy, who's currently at university in South Africa. This is why until they start to write their news articles in modern 2006 words,
the 1990s,
they're going to keep their royalty going. They're going to keep that tradition. Until they can start a newspaper article without hear ye, they're going to keep the old ways.
Dugout Doug.
You know who you never saw acting like that? The most overlooked king of all time, from the family of Heenan. That's King Haku.
King Haku, his reign did not last all that long.
No, it kind of took over when King Harley Race abdicated. And then next thing you know, he's a king one second, next second he's part of the Colossal Connection with Andre the Giant.
Yeah, he dropped it to King Duggan, who then dropped it in turn to one of the greatest kings, Savage.
Oh, yeah, Randy Macho King Savage. The only guy that thought, I'm going to add something to the king part.
When Hacksaw Duggan was king, he looked just like the Cowardly Lion when they put a crown and a rug across his shoulders in Wizard of Oz.
I do believe in ghosts. I do believe in ghosts.
I was king of the forest.
Johnny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's the royal family's real last name?
I believe it's O'Malley. No, I don't have no idea.
This one I do know.
Szynski?
No.
All right.
It's Windsor. They are the Windsors.
But the place is called Windsor, right?
Yeah, the House of Windsor.
Yeah, so that's a lie. They just named themselves after the town.
Well, it'd be like I'm Fez from the House of Watley.
Yeah. What about the Duke of New York? No one ever brings him up from Escape from New York. Here's Fat Betty. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, spy report.
Good,
the
The Sun photos are 3 years old. They just got busted for it, and they came out and they're apologizing for running them as if they were new.
All right, so on the other hand, you're saying this kid was 18 all fucked up and grabbing tit.
Yeah, good for him.
How old are you allowed to drink over there? How old you got to be?
I don't think there is an age.
No, that's crazy talk.
That's insane.
Here in England, we drink a pint no matter what age.
So that would probably be before he was dating Lady Chelsea Davy Jones.
Now, I do watch BBC America, and my favorite show right now is called Life on Mars. Have you ever seen this one, Fez?
No.
This is it's a cop in Manchester. So he's out, he's going after this whole murder deal, and he steps out of his car, he gets hit by a truck. He's listening to Life on Mars, the Bowie song, on his iPod. For some reason, when he wakes up, he's back in 1973, Manchester. So I have no idea how they drink their hot beers over there. But at one point, they give these guys a paint can full of bitters. And it was called like a WD7 something. It was supposed to be like 7 beers in a paint can, it looked like. I was blown away by how crazy those people are.
Just insane. I mean, I understand, we're a hardy folk.
Right.
We drink. But you have to be able to humanly do it.
Right.
Not just start mixing, turpentine and stuff together.
Well, I gotta have a little chill on my brewski. I don't go for the hot beer thing. I'll give away something if anybody knows what this was. And it was like a 7 package, and I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? I see them bring out a paint can. They're literally opening it with a fucking screwdriver and then pouring it out. It was insane.
Is that all of Europe? Everyone drinks hot beverages?
Yes. Everyone outside the United States doesn't understand the refrigeration thing.
Wow,
they have hot wine everywhere.
Yeah, that would be the first thing I would get if I was a civilized country.
Right.
And I was like, all right, no more, we're going to start wearing pants and start cooling things off.
Right. And we're not going to take a bath in our kitchen sink. We got to have a shower. Those people are they're just running some water. That's why they're very big on the powders over there. They get up in the morning, throw some powder on their balls, and think that they're fucking refreshed.
Yeah, there was some shot of Tony Blair shirtless the other day. Those big man boobs, and you could tell he was just wiping his pits, and that was going to be the bath for the day.
Bro, I'm serious. If you bring that up again, I'm already inconsolable over Bruno Kirby. I will walk out. I can't get into that stuff.
I'm really sorry about Bruno Kirby.
Mike, I'm inconsolable. I can't be consoled. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, Ronnie, I feel bad for you. It must be hard dealing with a whiny queen in the studio every day.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fez. You know what? You're going to have names called at you now because Opie has fans. It happens.
Yeah, I understand how it works. Hey, it's not like I didn't pick up a newspaper during the Kobe Bryant case. I know how people get treated when they make accusations.
Ben, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, when you're talking about how the reason they've been in power so long, there were 3 or 4 families, Habsburgs, Tudors, Stuarts, Windsors. Supposedly they are direct descendants from Jesus Christ.
Well, just so you know that, I don't see how Jesus Christ would get all the way over to England. And when Jesus Christ was walking around doing his deed, and the Roman Empire and all that, England was still living in cages and scratching their asses. I mean, they were way far behind.
And if you wanted to be picked as the royal family of England, whose descendant could you pick to be? If you're going to make up this family history of yourself, who better to pick than Jesus?
That's the way it is, fellas. That's the way it's been.
How can it be? Jesus wasn't British. He didn't end up there.
The Queen of England, when she was, there's a secret ceremony after she's anointed or whatever, and she is also the Queen of Israel.
All right, and explain to me the bloodline. You're saying Jesus had a baby that moved to England.
It's all from European descent.
But you try to figure it out. How didn't the bloodline stop with Jesus?
No, he had brothers and sisters.
Oh, okay. So these were like grandnephews.
Jesus had brothers and sisters that were from Joseph, his father and his mother.
Ronnie, it's like
that's not his real father. You know, let's face that, they would be half brothers at best.
It's like when you're in the Skakel branch of the Kennedy family.
It's still considered to be a bloodline.
Only on Mary's side, not on Joseph's side. I'd point that out right away. Joseph had nothing to do with Jesus, other than did a really great job as a stepdad, and that doesn't come up in the Bible much. But he used to take Jesus everywhere with him. Taught him a trade. Treated him like he was his own, even though he knew the difference.
Yeah, he was going to take off at the beginning.
Neil, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Ronnie, I got a question to your answer to your beer question. You're talking about the paint can with all the different beers in it. That's how the style of beer, the porters, started, because the porters from the trains would come in and they would get a draw a little bit off of each different beer tap into one container.
Oh, no. So it's a can of beers that everything... So you go there and from the keg, they pour it into this can and then you walk home with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can order them today in a glass, but that's just the style of beer that started just like that. I don't know why the hell they put it in a can. I guess it was just convenient.
What's convenient about a paint can full of beer? It's insane. All right, I'll send you into the big-ass prize closet.
Neil, we'll get you a copy of Arrested Development. That's Season 3, courtesy of Fox Home Entertainment. Arrested Development Season 3. That's in stores now from Fox Home.
And I got news for you. If you didn't see the first 2 seasons, it's going to be a rough ride. It's not going to be easy for you to pull it off. You really have to do some work for this prize and go back and view the first 2 seasons.
Or the prize closet may need some amending.
Did you ever get into that show, Fez?
I never saw one episode of it.
Yeah. Earl, what about you?
No, I never got into it.
I was a big fan. I love the show. I know you guys wouldn't like it because no one gets voted off. Somebody has to get voted off every show these guys watch.
Then how do you know who won Arrested Development?
There is no winners, Fez.
Tell me.
It's entertainment. Pure entertainment. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's documented that Joseph made trips over to England and brought his sons with him.
When?
In Earl's report.
Back when he was living.
There was nothing in England those days. Those people were living in the fucking trees.
Well, supposedly he traded, you know. I think they were a pretty wealthy family, you know, Joseph.
He was a carpenter. How wealthy could you possibly get?
He couldn't get a room in Bethlehem when his son was being born. Half son.
Scott, where are you calling from?
Mississippi.
Yeah. Joseph probably ran over on a dinosaur. That happened.
He made several trips to England, and they were documented during his time. I don't know which statement was stupider.
Jesus' family was very well off. They did very well for themselves.
They summered in Manchester.
Why wouldn't they? They love the Manchester sound.
Of course they were huge landowners there. That's all there was. Help yourself. There's no one else here.
No one ever figured out how to come up with corn. God, they were stupid. I mean, if you look around, like when Rome was conquering the world, they didn't even bother with England. There was nothing there. There was no there.
Yeah, they just kept going east and south.
Blowhard, you're on Ron and Fez.
You know, I'm sitting here as we speak, and I'm staring at a picture of the King of Norway on my wall. And you got to admit that King Harald of Norway is a pretty cool dude, a man of the people.
I had no idea that Norway had a king.
Yep. For years it was King Olaf, and now it's King Harald. And usually, every January, my birthday, he sends me a birthday card.
Now, does he run the country, or is he
it's
just...
mostly ceremonial.
Yeah.
But he's a man of the people. He's not like with the Windsors in England. He's not all about the pomp and circumstance. He actually traveled to Brooklyn a couple of years ago because we have a Norwegian nursing home here. And he visited the people, and he's really cool. He dresses down. He wears nice sweaters. He's a smart dresser. And he doesn't really wear the crown too much. He's more into the military uniform.
You know, to me, Fezzy, this sounds like one of those guys who just says that they're the king of carpeting. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you need anything, come to the king.
King of carpets.
Yeah, you just can't say that you're the king of something.
So I wrote him a letter when I was a kid. I wrote his father a letter, actually. And
he has as much power as Elizabeth the Useless of England.
And he's really a man of the people. During the Olympics, he was wearing street clothes. And he gets ceremonial and stuff, usually around the holidays. But King Harold is really cool. And usually when a relative of
Blowhard, he's down to earth because he probably makes minimum wage. It's the king of Norway. It's not a big deal. It's like being the king of cartoons.
No, for a country of 4.5 million, they have the highest standard of living in the world, or one of the highest. So,
yeah, because he's not in there screwing it up.
And that's only because we choose not to bomb them. If we ever decide, we'll turn that place into goddamn kindling tomorrow. All right, Blowhard.
With that, you know, the Norwegian military isn't exactly a world power, but they are a people of peace. When's the last time they had a war?
Let's not act like you don't come from Viking blood. They invented the word rape. We did not even know what rape meant until Norway came up with it. It's the one thing they've given the planet.
You win on that one.
All right, thank you, my friend.
If we go to war against Norway, man, it's just going to be a war about herring. Corporations and herring, man.
What's with the man thing that you pop out every once in a while? When did you get beat on me?
Just how I feel about war.
I see. You need to get street a little bit.
Yeah.
Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, I just don't think you're giving my fellow gentlemen and scholars their due. Have you not heard of a documentary called The Da Vinci Code?
Yeah. I read the book and felt like a girl while I was doing it. I got to tell you the truth. I really did. I felt like I should be sitting on the beach with a big straw hat on and sunglasses reading it.
From your book club.
So, no, I did not go to the Tom Hanks film. Did you go see that, Fez?
Yeah, I went to see it.
Yeah.
And didn't enjoy it only because there had been so much talk about the Da Vinci Code in the news and on television and everything.
Right.
I knew the whole thing. I never read the book, obviously.
Well, if it's a good film, you can know the whole thing and still get into it. It's not like, you know, the 9/11 movie, you know how that turns out, but you could go see the film.
It was all right. I like Paul Bettany. I liked him as the albino monk.
Glenn, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. First off, Arrested Development is the best show on television. Well,
used to be
at least.
It's gone now.
Yeah, no kidding. But all these people that are calling up saying Jesus' family was in England, it's absolutely untrue. You read the Da Vinci Code. So Mary Magdalene was in France. And that may be the case, may not be the case, but that's where that comes from. The royal family may have been, of France, may have been directly descendant to Mary Magdalene.
Thank you very much. You know, Fezzy, you get into this stuff, and there's the fact that you think a bloodline is important in this day and age is beyond me.
Where that makes the person the best. So you take out any other qualification.
Right.
Education.
You have royal blood. It's all about your royal blood. And let's face it, that these Windsors that we've seen during our lifetime, savages. Obviously, they killed that girl in France. I've seen footage, and this isn't shown to everybody, that when Lady Di, or she was Princess Di then, they showed the Queen Mother running her car into a wall.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it.
She was in a Humvee, and she ran that chick into a wall. I mean, they're savages. They're out of their minds, batshit insane.
You see this Harry now just grabbing tit everywhere he can.
I don't blame him. It's the fucking first straight one I've ever seen in that family. I'm excited for him. The bloodline has changed. Here's the other thing. That Harry looks just like Eastside Dave. And seems like he's about as bright.
Yeah, it looks nothing like Charles whatsoever.
Right.
But does look like that James Hewitt that they always said Princess Diana had an affair with.
Loved James Hewitt, did she?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he was Sire, Lord, or Sir James Hewitt.
She loved him, and then later, he went and sold her panties on eBay. They're filthy, filthy people. They bathe in powder, and that's it. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, pals? I miss non-backstabbing Fez.
Me too. Fez
Jesus
changed.
Jesus' family was Jewish, and there aren't any kikes involved in the parliament. It's impossible.
You know, good point. And the same with the French. They act like they hate Jews. The British act like they hate Jews. But then the first chance they get, we are part of the Jesus' bloodline. I should go like this. Well, then you're not welcome in this club.
We start with Jesus. No one before.
Because they act like Jesus wasn't a Jew, he was a Christian.
Right. Yeah, we just attach ourselves to the very first Christian.
In the meantime, he stayed being a rabbi, right? Never turned his back on the Jewish faith.
Exactly, yeah. That's all they call a rabbi or teacher. Same thing.
Fucking gibberish. Crazy gibberish talk. It's just insane.
But now you ask him, he's Lord Jesus from the house of Nazareth.
The only Nazareth I care about did Love Hurts. And they did it well. Earl, we need you to do something for us later today. You've got to cut the dinosaurs on the ark thing without Fez and I bothering you. So many people are asking me for that audio.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Thanks. And Fez and I will stay out of the room because I know we'll interrupt you if we hear you going on and on like that with a crazy talk.
Now, your speech hasn't been taken to the Smithsonian already for posterity, has it, Earl? Do you still have a copy of it?
Yes, I still have a copy.
Every time you got 3 words, we would yell, you maniac, you idiot, you're out of your mind.
Well, 2 of the 3 words were baby dinosaurs.
Yeah, but I could definitely recut it.
Earl believed there were baby dinosaurs on Noah's Ark.
The thing that
spent all their time eating sheep.
The thing that pisses me off is it makes perfect sense.
Sure it does.
Of course, that's how they fit on the ark.
Easy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yes. Fez sucks Jimmy Norton.
Oh, boy, now we're going to have to go through this stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't happen.
Let's start with maybe it did. And leave it at that.
Let it sound like you're a willing accomplice.
And now I know what's going to happen. They're going to just start parading my past out.
And what a past it is.
And, Fez used to take all these pills. Yeah, always complaining in college that he was getting, attacked. I know how it's... I'm willing to stand up for my rights.
Do you even know your own backstory? It seemed like you struggled with it.
A little bit. It's bad memories, so they don't come easy.
Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, is the Duke of Black Earl related to the King of all media?
It's all starting up now. Now the Sternites are involved.
No, I'm not a Duke of any kind.
All because Fezzy, you couldn't stay professional.
I couldn't stay professional?
That's what I said. That's the statement I made.
I'm going to actually need you probably as a witness on my behalf.
Why couldn't you just stayed quiet? Whatever happened, good or bad.
I shouldn't have to stay quiet. Like I'm a coal miner in North Country or something.
I didn't see that film. How was it?
I didn't see it either, but I saw an awful lot of previews for it. Man, they advertised for that movie.
Were they forced to stay quiet?
They were told not to start trouble.
Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie, the reason that they drink all that shit hot over there is because they have rolling blackouts and brownouts all the time. They're a horrible power grid. And I'm thinking the reason they did the paint bucket is because it's sealable and carryable. And it's just the easiest thing to get a hold of over there.
I don't know. I mean, if you got a refrigerator that can stay cold for 3 hours, chill up the brewski. I don't want to sit here and drink a hot beer. I don't understand it.
That guy's acting like it's impossible, that England's still in the Dark Ages, and they're doing what they can to keep the rats out of the grain. They have technology, use it.
They like hot beverages over there. Hot milk.
Ew. I can't imagine wanting a hot drink with your meal. How does that quench your thirst?
What about a hot tea? That's not bad. Coffee. I don't even think they drink coffee over there. They're fucking crazy people.
Yeah, I don't think... Anyway, if you gave them coffee, it'd be like poison to them. They're all about the tea. And obviously no iced tea.
No, they have no idea what iced tea is. Lemonade, foreign to these people. Just hot, hot, hot.
You could just be the most popular. You could take over as the new King of England by introducing ice cubes to these people. I'm sure once it started getting around, everyone would love it and it would become a new craze. It wouldn't take too long to catch on.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. I think they come over here, but they act like that our cold beverages hurt their teeth.
I'm sure that's true. I'm sure there's a sensitivity there.
All the nerve endings are right there.
Just dangling. Justin Timberlake, he says he is not a fan of American Idol winner Taylor Hicks, saying he can't carry a tune in a bucket.
Wow.
So there's a war there.
Girl fight is taking place.
He said, this is what also he said. He said, if Hicks has any skeletons whatsoever, if God forbid he's gay, if all these people in Mississippi who voted for him are like, oh my God, I voted for a queer, it's going to be just too much pressure.
So he assumes that everybody's hiding their gayness. He pretty much feels like if you're a pop singer, you're obviously not letting on that you're gay.
He apparently has not gotten over the Lance Bass news. It still struck him as
got over the news. He was the one with his fucking balls in his mouth. What's to get over? It was the best years of his life.
So we got a nice feud going here. Timberlake versus Hicks.
Now, do they got an album coming out at the same time?
Taylor Hicks, his is coming out in November because I have my hairbed on it being #1. I say it's not going to be.
And is Justine's album out now, Earl?
I believe it's September 12th.
Is that when it drops?
That's when it drops.
I don't get the Justin Timberlake thing at all. You're a fan, right, Earl?
No,
I feel like he's just doing Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's like everyone takes these big shots at Michael Jackson, but him and Usher, they're all doing Michael's moves from like 79.
I know. If you're old enough to remember early MTV, you've already seen these guys.
Justin also said in this article, I dated Britney Spears half my life, but I don't know that woman anymore.
I can't fight with him on that one. K-Fed will whip the shit out of him, though. He better keep his mouth shut. When's K-Fed's album dropping?
He didn't announce a release date, I believe, but he's starting his own label, obviously because nobody wants to pick up that piece of crap. And he also said that Papa Zao, that first song he put out, was a joke. It was meant to just draw attention to the fact that he was an artist.
Worked.
What, that it was a joke? Or?
Yeah.
His new label is The Federation, is what he's calling it. And he is going to perform live this Sunday. Here's a TiVo alert. Teen Choice Awards. I think it's on ABC. He's closing out the show.
I won't be able to watch. I'd feel like a pedophile watching the Teen Choice Awards. Man, this Bruno Kirby thing, Fuzz, it just won't go away. You know, he was just on Entourage like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
It looked great.
I had no idea he was ill.
Me neither. Leukemia.
Yeah, 57 years old.
Can happen to us at any time, my friend.
I guess so. I'm sorry for your loss.
When that foghorn calls, I'll be coming home. That's what I say. Keith, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going today? I'm from England originally, and I've just been listening to all these people thinking they know why the beer is warm over there. That's all a bunch of bullshit. I started drinking when I was 15 years old. Never had a warm beer in my life. But what they do is they put the beer in the cellars in the old pubs, and the cellars are like 15 to 20 degrees below the regular temperature of the pub itself. So the beer is actually cooler than room temperature. And if anybody ever goes to England, they'll find that they can have a really good pint of beer. They'll enjoy every last drop of it.
All right, so they don't use a refrigerator, but the ground is so cold that you get a little chill to it.
Yeah, because the cellars were always built pretty deep in the pubs, you know, like 10, 20 feet below the ground. And so once you put the beer down there, it gets that natural chill, and it stays chilled until, you know, once it hits the glass. And everybody got to remember, too, we serve a 20-ounce pint over there, which is pretty big. So, you know, you can't just down it in one like you do a weenie old Budweiser. It takes a while to drink it. So it's going to warm up a little bit while you're drinking it, but the whole warm beer thing is just it's a fallacy. It doesn't happen. It's bullshit.
It's myth. It's all myth. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Fez.
The guy was wrong about the bucket of beer. It was called a Party 7.
That's the word, Party 7.
Yeah, and when I was growing up in England, that's what you took to parties because there was no six-packs. You know, in the liquor stores, there was no six-packs. You had to buy, like, actual bottles of beer or a crate of beer. So it was kind of like the six-pack you took to parties.
Now, was it just beer poured into a paint can?
Yeah, it was like a paint can, and you used the can opener, pop the top on both sides, you know, so you had let air in. And it was bitter. I think it was one, it's years ago, but I think it was bitter. It was just one type of beer.
And this thing, it was something like WD Party 7, something like that.
Yeah,
Bitters.
It was popular because it was like the six-pack you took to a party. And, you know, and once the cans came in, that ended. And that was back, you know,
Brilliant.
that was back in the late 70s.
Yeah, well, we had cans here since the 30s, but I'm gonna send you into the big ass prize closet because that's what it was called, a Party 7.
And you should watch that show, Ron, Life on Mars. It's very good.
Oh, I watch every episode, and I miss like most of the reference points. The music's great. It's all early 70s glam rock. The storyline's terrific. Yeah. They've already somebody in the United States has already bought the idea, and I guarantee you that they're going to fuck it up. Because the way we do TV over here, way different than what they do. Their whole season is only like 7 episodes. And a lot of times these shows will only be on for like 2 seasons, tops.
And they don't even try to get a run out. They just move on to something else?
They feel like we've told the story. Where over here we try to milk Friends over, you know what I mean, until you're watching it, but you know it hasn't been good in like 6 years.
In a British show, you'll never see, they're getting a Cousin Oliver or something like that, where they feel like they need to spice up the show again, I guess.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, a couple things. I wrote a thesis over the whole genealogy thing on how it affected the bloodlines or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere close to Jesus.
On the Windsors?
Yes. Not even. You couldn't even throw them into the same area code.
Thank you very much, area code. Not that Jesus had a phone, but if he did, he would have been in a different area code. Trooper, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Cooper, actually. Hey, how's it going today, guys?
Good, buddy.
I just wanted to say that Fez is getting some bad information again. This Arrested Development Season 3 doesn't even come out until the 29th of this month.
We've got him sitting right here in our office.
Well, I believe that, but if you try to go to the store, you can't pick them up yet.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, we have them all ready, so I guess win them before you can buy them, Fez, as we used to say in radio.
Sounds nice. Season 3 of Arrested Development. And Earl, I'll cross off this part that says in stores now.
Yes, until I double check that, you can cross that off.
You okay, Earl?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay now.
You were struggling with it today?
No, I'm not struggling with it. I was just a little miffed, but
what are you miffed about?
No, because usually we get a sheet on when all the stuff is coming out, and it wasn't on there.
Normally we get it from you, and then Fez reads it.
Yes, but I usually get, I get a sheet with all the prizes and everything.
So it's somebody else's fault.
I'm going to double check that. It might be my fault. It more than likely is my fault.
I'd be shocked if it was your fault, Earl. I really would.
I'm going to think it's your fault, Earl, only because you're so gulpy when you talk. And usually that's a sign that it's your fault.
When you gulp, we know you're lying. I'd love to play poker against you. I'd say, what do you have, Earl? And every time you gulp, I'd go all in.
It's the gulp war.
And if I don't see that fucking Adam's apple moving, I fold every single time. Fez, did you come in today and feel that weather? It's unbelievably beautiful.
It's so nice outside. I'm loving it.
August feels like it's May. I don't know what happened. We had that terrible heat thing, but right now, New York City may have the best weather in the whole country.
I'm going to have to just remind myself, when we go through those heat waves of day after day over 100 degrees...
The tropical heat wave.
That the world is not coming to an end, that I shouldn't throw myself into a volcano, because I'm ready to just quit life.
There for a while, we were ready to give Al Gore whatever he could do to stop this. And now it seems like he couldn't be crazier. It seems like the weather could not be nicer.
I know. I just have to learn to hang on a little bit longer.
Just hold on for one more day. I think Wilson Phillips tried to tell us that. Where would you say out of the whole country, best year-round weather? Because that's a tough call.
Yeah, I would say probably San Diego.
Sand dog?
Yeah, where it really doesn't vary too much. They don't get real hot summers. They don't get real cold winters.
Yeah, but don't you want a little variation in your life? They say it's not good for you not to feel the seasons. That does lead to a certain amount of depression. That's why more people in Florida kill themselves than most other places, even though they have the sunniest weather. Where it would feel like Seattle, you would want to kill yourself. I kind of like seasons. It lets you know life is passing. Because when you live in Florida, a lot of times you're going like this. March? I thought it was September. You are completely confused by the weather sometimes.
You'll sit in the pool out there during Christmas.
Earl, what about for you? Best weather anywhere?
I would probably say like the Carolinas because it's never...
It's mild, but you do get some changes.
Yeah, you get some changes, but it's not like brutally cold. It's not... I mean, when it's hot, it's brutally hot, but you feel a sense of the seasons changing. You know, you'll have spring days, you'll have fall days.
I completely grasp this idea of yours, and I like it. I like where you're going. But, you know, once you strike oil, Earl, stop digging. You're digging when there's already oil coming out. I'm like his idea a little more than even Sand Dog. Now, I like San Diego, but I think to live... I like to keep things changing a little bit.
When I was a boy, I went to San Francisco, and I loved that weather. It was very cloudy, and that's right up my alley because I can't have the sun and whatnot. But it was really great. It was actually, you know what it is? I love sleeping
nude.
Well, yes, but I love it when it's real cold.
San Diego, I was there San Francisco, I was there in August. I had to wear a jacket.
Yeah.
I mean, it is also always wet. It's no place for anybody that has any kind of arthritic difficulties at all. It goes right through your bones. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. This whole fucking global warming thing is totally media-provoked. You know, you don't hear shit on any nice days about global warming. It's only when it's hot and they want to scare the piss out of you. You know, nobody's catching on to this. I don't know.
You know, I would agree to you, except for I do see scientists talking about it. And I don't think that they've nailed it down where they've got it, but I do feel like there's got to be some kernel of truth to all that. Hey, Tricky Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, talking about global warming, where are all the hurricanes this summer, boys?
Don't act like I'm the global warming guy. I don't understand whether you think this is the Alan Gore show. Here's Justin. Justin, you're on Ron and Fez.
How are you, boys?
Yeah.
San Diego, hands down, fantastic. No bugs, no humidity.
Like the no bugs angle, even though that's not part of weather, and I agree with him on the no humidity. I agreed with Fez, too. Have you been to San Diego, Fez?
Never.
Yet, that's your favorite spot weather-wise?
I've only heard great things about San Diego weather.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I'd say Boulder, Colorado, or anywhere along the Front Range there.
I've been to Boulder, and summer was unbelievable. And then the weird thing, I was there in Boulder, it was cold, there was snow on the ground, and people were wearing shorts. Because there's such a lack of humidity, it's a whole different kind of cold. That's a beautiful spot. I wouldn't even mind if we moved the show to Boulder, Colorado. Earl, get to work on that. We're going to be on Sports Nation doing the show out of Boulder.
You know, you might like Hanover, New Hampshire then, because that's where Dartmouth University is. Mm-hmm. And there people wear the shorts even in 40-degree weather. But the falls are crisper than Crystal Lake.
What?
And wait
a minute. Tell me how crisp a Crystal Lake gets. What's the snap in a Crystal Lake?
Very snappy and just, he
doesn't understand that he's mixing his metaphors.
All right. Well, the main thing is it's so crisp. Here's a better one. It feels like you're breathing in Poland Spring water. Like that's how good the oxygen.
Like you're drowning.
No, the oxygen.
I think that would be the analogy if something was humid.
Here's Justin. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
I would have to disagree upon the Carolinas because I live in Carolina. I've grown up here.
Yeah.
It's hotter than hell in the summer, and it's cold as hell. It will get below 30 degrees down here.
Earl, you shit the bed on that one then. Too hot and too cold, the Carolinas.
What? North Carolina it's perfect.
Oh, that's where your people come from,
Yes.
right? So that's the promised land for the Douglas clan.
Yeah, so you might. Yeah, I do have family there, but I mean, as far as just having a feel for all of the seasons and not all year round, it's hot. It's a great place.
John, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, John.
John the Mailman?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
what you do
I'm
for
in
a living.
Asheville. I'm in your favorite place, Asheville, North Carolina.
I do like Asheville.
Yeah, and Earl's right on a button, man. He's got it. It's about 73, 74 degrees today. Beautiful weather.
Earl, where are your people from in North Carolina?
My grandmother's from a small town called Powellsville, which is about a mile.
I thought she was from a small town called Fresh Off a Cop's Ass.
It's right outside of Hosky, where birthplace of Jim Catfish Hunter.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you had that going for you.
Hilton Head's a nice Carolina town, too. Earl's people wouldn't be allowed there, though, you know.
Doesn't Hilton Head have a little hurricane problem, though?
Yeah, they're right there on the bay.
If you're anywhere along the coast there in North Carolina, your weather is going to include getting bashed by hurricanes.
Yeah, and you got a long way to run, too.
Yeah.
You got to take off.
But that's a great place to play golf sometime if you guys are interested.
Yeah, I've never been to Hilton Head. Thank you for bringing it up to me.
I didn't know.
Of course. Fezzi and I did a huge gig there one time with where a guy almost broke his neck.
House?
Yeah. Fucking belly flop contest. He goes out of a tree and he dives. And into a kiddie pool. And I just went, it's all over. It's done. Everything we worked for is done. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
The best weather, hands down, has got to be San Diego.
Sandog, Fezzi, you're running the number one position. Your favorite town ever.
I got to check it out someday.
You got to back up. What do? Do you go look things up?
No, I've just always heard that San Diego has great weather.
Where are you hearing this from? John Hadel?
Well, when the last Super Bowl was there.
Oh, yeah. I like any town that has nice Super Bowl weather. And the towns that don't, I hate. Jacksonville.
Atlanta was a mess. And then that was even indoors, and it was still a mess.
And then the whole panic in Detroit. And that fucking stadium isn't even in Detroit. Where is it, Pontiac?
Yeah. Ford Field?
Wait, watch and see how quick it takes for J-Dubs to call. Oh, he loves Michigan. Loves it.
I think the Super Bowl is in Miami this time around, this season. I think they go back to Miami.
Where it should be all the time. Let's face it, that should be the home of the Super Bowl.
Wasn't the Super Bowl in Houston last year, which didn't exactly have any pop either?
It's in Detroit.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Because I remember it was in Detroit. I remember they said they were going to have a Super Bowl in Houston.
They did, the one before Detroit.
Yeah, the one before Detroit, I'm sorry.
Would you just gulp your way out of the room? Too much?
Yeah, I thought it was a little aggressive. You know, he's still licking his wounds from the dinosaurs on the Ark thing. You know he has trouble dealing.
Yeah, where they had great weather. Mount Ararat, where the Ark landed.
Is that where it landed?
That's what they say.
Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Nebraska has the best weather anywhere.
God.
It's hot in the summer, hotter than hell. Colder than hell in the winter. You get snow, you get rain, you get wind, you get tornadoes. You get all of it. You get the whole bag.
You live in Nebraska, right?
Yes, I do.
Is there an anchor attached to your ass that's keeping you there? You know you can get in a car and get out. What the fuck? I mean, I can understand why corn stays there. They're grown into the ground. Why are humans staying?
Because it's a great place to live.
Yeah,
that's
all right.
why.
I'll tell you the truth. Nebraska, anytime they lose a college football game, I'm happy. And there's no reason for it. I've only driven through the state once. And for some reason, I just loathe it so.
The Cornhuskers, you should be fairly happy. They lose more than they used to, that's for sure.
That's good news for me. Wait a minute, where's this 5-day forecast? Oh, El Paso, 106. I just saw 106 up there. And I'm like, if that's back here, I'm going to cut my throat.
Ready to tap out again.
El Paso, it ought to be 106.
I tell you, that Santa Fe, New Mexico, is a great spot, too.
Yeah, right.
Not as hot as you would think for being in the Southwest. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I could see myself living there.
I could see the show moving to the desert. I wouldn't mind going to the desert. A Santa Fe, a Taos, even a Sedona. Earl, get word. Call Sports Nation. See if they don't want us to do sports from the desert. Because it's never been done before.
It could be quite exotic, too.
Sure. A lot of Phoenix Cardinals talk.
Leinart signed.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I think he was the last of the first rounders or something. Last of the quarterback.
A bust? Is he going to be a bust, Fez?
He's going to be a bust, but it's going to take so long because he's not going to play this year. They got Kurt Warner there. He's just not going to play.
Kurt Warner never makes a season anymore. The kid's
That's
going
true.
to be forced into a game, and hopefully he throws one of those fucking rainbows that maybe gets you over at USC, but don't mean shit in the pros.
And they always show his crew cut wife. They give so many cuts are to that flat top bitch who. I don't know.
You're back to Kurt Warner.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I thought maybe Leinart got fucking married. That I didn't know about.
No. Stop with the wife cuts. When he was on the Giants, it's always Kurt Warner's wife. Kurt Warner's wife. We don't care anymore.
Is she like a chemo victim? Is that what the hair's about? Because it ain't a crew cut. It looks like it's barely come in. Here's Pitsy.
Maybe if that fucking bitch shut her mouth, we wouldn't have to talk about her all the time.
It's true. Pitsy, I see you sporting your Giant stuff. You ready to go?
I'm ready. I got my tickets. I'm going to see the Texans. It's the only fucking game I could get into. Because you can't. It's like a fucking fraternity. It's so hard to get into a Giant game.
30,000 people on the waiting list.
They say that opening regular season game, the Manning Bowl as it's being called, Eli versus Peyton, tickets going anywhere from 500 to 1,000.
Oh,
get me two.
Too rich for my blood.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to a Giants game since 1987 because the tickets are so ridiculous and you can't. They're always sold out, and the problem is you can't get season tickets. I'll never get on the list.
Let's face it. A game is better on TV anyway. If you go to the stadium, all you're seeing is some bodies crashing together in a cloud of dust. When you're watching on TV, it's the only way to watch the sport of football.
I totally agree, because last year I went to that Hurricane game that New Orleans played a home game here, and I was very disappointed with the live product. It's so much better on TV.
I gotta agree with him 100%. The game is made for TV. It's like when you go to see the Letterman show and you end up just watching the monitor. Yeah. You do the same thing when you go to a football game. If you had a stadium now without a big screen, the place would fucking riot because you can't follow the game. A couple of years ago, Fez and I stood on the sidelines when the Giants played the Redskins down in Washington, and it literally was a cloud of dust. You were going, and we're right next to the coaches. You're like, they have no idea whether something is 2 yards or 2 inches. You can't tell from over there.
It didn't look like you could even, all the plays that they have, it didn't look like there was any strategy other than to just run into each other as fast as you can.
I know, it did. It looked like a clusterfuck. Every play, when you're ground level, it looks like all hell is broken loose.
Never mind finding a hole to run through. I don't see how anyone sees over that mess to pass.
I know, it's just kind of funny. Probably like the skill is so high, and then someone's watching the game, on their television saying, "Oh, Manning missed him by 2 yards."
Right, and
what's going on with him?
And a lot of times on TV, it looks like someone's wide open. Yeah. It's maybe a yard that you've got the guy beat by, and it's 15 yards down, and this fucking explosion is taking place in front of the quarterback. It's unbelievable to know that these guys can do anything. It's just phenomenal that a quarterback can connect the ball.
By the way, Ron and Fez update. One of your radio psychics from yesterday, when you talked about how we'll have to hear about these Monday night football games.
Radio psychic.
And now all we'll hear is how they didn't do as well, lowest rated.
Yeah.
Immediately today, the headline is the Monday night football preseason opener down 40% from last season's preseason opener.
People do not watch cable the same way that they watch. Now, it seems like everybody has cable, right?
Yeah.
But they do not watch it the same way. A show that's a huge hit on Bravo, you don't have anything on regular TV that draws that low.
No, it's just not you're just not thinking in your head to flip through all 200 channels and see what's on.
I do, but I guess most people don't. I mean, if a football game is on, I'm going to find it, whether it's on ABC or ESPN. You know what I'm saying? If I want to watch the Monday night game, I'm going to watch it. Some people, I guess, they just don't know what the hell they're doing.
I think sports feels more like an event on networks, though. You know, if baseball's on Fox or football's on NBC, it feels like an event.
Isn't it weird, like, when it's your team is playing the national game? When your team has the national game, it feels like everything has changed for you. And suddenly the world's taking you a little more seriously.
All eyes are on Tampa today.
Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, I miss Opie's best friend, Fez.
You know what? Those guys used to be so close before the incident, and I wouldn't mind seeing it getting straightened back out again.
Some things are going to have to be taken care of. I'm not even... Opie knows to keep his distance, I think, for right now.
What about Jimmy?
Just legally. Jimmy, too.
What about Anthony?
Anthony's fine.
He's a saint. He is a saint and respectful of women.
Anthony knows boundaries. He knows what's appropriate work behavior. There's one word for Anthony.
Yeah.
Professional.
I would say 2 words.
What's that?
Willie Mays. Willie Mays. Hey, what can we do for you, Sean?
Hey, before I get to it, hey, is this a bit about Opie and Fez? Because no one on the message boards knows what's happening right now.
Well, it's not it's something that can't be discussed on this show.
That's cool. That's cool. Hey,
and my personal life is not fodder for a message board, if you could pass that along, Sean.
It's not fodder?
It's not fodder.
Is your mother fodder?
My mother was a fodder.
Hey, Fezzy, some of us worry about your personal life because you're one of our heroes on the radio.
Only your zeros.
But hey, I wanted to let you guys know, when you were talking about Kurt Warner and his wife, do you remember back when, I believe it was when he was St. Louis, near the end of his tenure with St. Louis, he made a big stink about money and he did a big contract holdout, but I believe the week before, him and his wife, they interviewed here on the sideline, and she said the only reason why he plays the NFL is so they can spread the good word of the Lord. They're real big into the gospel scene.
Well, it's great. I had no idea.
I didn't know that either. I know when she said we want to trade, like she goes out there in a helmet and shoulder pads and participates.
She could.
She looks just like the woman Gozer from the first Ghostbusters movie.
Without glasses.
Yeah, exactly. The goddess that shows up at the end there that they do battle against.
Say what you will, I'd still bang her. Hey, here's Karen. Karen, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Karen.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to tell Fezzy that I think O&A is infantile, and I love Fez. I love both of you. I just wanted to let you know that.
Well, first of all, let's not blame it on Anthony.
Right.
Second of all,
I want to make that totally clear.
The stand that Fez is making right now is also being made for you, Karen, and all women. I mean, even you guys, all of us, we have mothers, we have chicks, we have daughters. That's all I'm saying. Maybe Fez is like a Rosa Parks, but in a radio sense.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand it's radio, and it's supposed to, anything goes, anything can happen. Sure.
Shock jock.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's in this room. That's in the studio.
Right.
That's not in the hallway. That's not cornering me outside the ladies' room.
Right. What happens in here, anything goes, right?
Yes. Ow! Son of a gun!
Watch the language.
You hit me with that damn heavy cowbell again.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Right.
Hey, I wanted to talk about the sports being better live as opposed to on TV. I was a season ticket holder for the Seahawks for about 3 years up at Quest Field, and it gets pretty loud and pretty live up there. And me and a group of my friends got our tickets revoked for getting into a little scuffle with some Bears fans while we were there.
So what's your point?
Well, I think my point is that it can be a little better live than on TV if you're in the right atmosphere.
Right. I don't need I am a sports fan. I enjoy watching the game. I don't want to be around face painters. I don't want to be around the guy, no matter how cold it is, he's got his fat gut out and he's dancing.
The face painters are gay. I don't like the face painters either.
And the guys who feel the need to fight people from either cities, like either one of these teams needs you to do that. It's fucking ridiculous.
Jets fans.
Chris? Jets fans get a little crazy, too.
Degenerates.
But every single stadium has the asshole fans, no matter where you go. And even if it's a guy screaming in my ear while I'm trying to watch the game, I'd rather just watch the game.
What about stadium food? You know, you're going to get your nice hot dog.
Yeah, you know what?
Like
I have a very nice home, and I'm able to provide my own food. It's delicious. I never think to myself, oh, I wish I was eating at a stadium right now.
The $10 hot dog and the $18 beer to go with it.
Watered down beer. Cow's piss.
Is that the same way for every sport? Or, I mean, do you like baseball?
Baseball's a better game live.
Yeah.
Football, and people don't stand screaming in your ear constantly during baseball. But with baseball, you can see the whole field. You can watch adjustments being made. You don't really need the close-up shot as much as you do with football.
And hockey, I can only watch it live.
Hockey is a live sport also. Football is the sport that is to watch on TV. And 2 reasons. Number 1, you can't see shit when you're at the stadium. And 2, football fans are obnoxious and ridiculous and out of their fucking minds.
Is there any other sport where the fan, like Chris called from Seattle, where the fans there are the 13th man? Mm-hmm. Is there any other sport where the fans feel they are so important to the outcome of the game?
There is not a sport that doesn't, the teams don't have a better home record than away. Baseball, basketball, every sport, it's the home team wins most of the time.
I think home field advantage is huge in football and basketball, but I don't think it's as big in hockey or even baseball for that matter. I'm not saying it's not big at all. I'm just saying I don't think it's as big as football.
You know, number 1, it is better in baseball. If you go back and look it over, always you have a better record because, A, you're fans, but B, you're sleeping at home. You're not in some hotel room. You're not jet lagged. You know, you're around your family. It's just a much better gimmick to be home. Now, I wonder how it works like in a smaller place like England with their soccer where, you know, you can travel one day, you know, a couple hours. Most of their travel is not as tough as it is here.
So many teams there. You could stay at your own house.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez Show.
Ronnie, Fezzy, the Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
Running up in school, trying to hold in his stool, 'cause he can't use the little boy's room. Afraid they're gonna hear him or just stand up near him and see he's got a tiny dick. Come on, Fezzy, come on, Fezzy. Don't let the sound of your own urine drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Gotta try to be a man. Just find a public urinal and take a pee.
A little salute to Fez there.
So, Done by Paranoid, lyrics by Bobby Pantera.
What? The Bernie Taupin of the Paranoid set? I had no idea. I did not. Did he used to write lyrics for us a long time ago?
I don't ever remember him doing it.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I saw a wave over there. Earl's just chucking his arms around. Hey, where did this ranking thing came from? It come from some blog, right, Earl?
What, of the cities?
No, of the Bobby D's. Did I send it to Dave?
I think you sent that to
Dave. What's the website? Because I want to plug the website if I'm going to talk about this.
Wasn't it? Let me look at it, but it was mensnet.org.
No, it wasn't. I don't know why you wouldn't just print up what I asked you to print up and why you feel like you have to write it up like it was yours. He also tells me that he has a report. Earl did a report yesterday, so today Dave wants to do a report. It rains and it pours with these bastards.
It's Attack of the Clones, Ronnie.
It really is. Dave, what's the answer?
We're still looking it up.
So basically, Fez, this is ranking the Bobby D's 1 through 6. Here are the famous Bobby D's. Robert Duvall, Bob Dylan, Robert Downey Jr., Bob Denver, Bob De Niro, Bob Dole.
Oh, okay.
Who's your all-time favorite Bobby D?
It's got to be Bobby De Niro.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Bob Dylan?
Yep, over Bob Dylan.
Have you seen the movies the last several years?
Yeah, I've seen like the Meet the Fockers and stuff.
Yeah. Still stay with them?
I'm still going to stay with them.
Earl, where are you?
I got to go with Bobby D, Bobby Dylan.
Bob Dylan for me, number one. Fez, you're definitely De Niro?
Yeah.
Seen Mean Streets?
No, I didn't see Mean Streets.
Oh, that you would pick him then. All right, Dave, let me go with you. Who have you got?
I'm going to go with Dylan. He's more influential and a longer body of work. He's still putting out great albums.
All right, Fez, who's your number two?
Number two would be Bob Denver.
Over Robert Duvall and Bob Dylan.
Yeah, Bob Denver Gilligan.
You're just shock-jocking. You're shock-jocking. Who's three for you? Bob Dole?
Bob Dole would come in last, I think, on that one.
Did you have a place I could say?
City Rag.
City Rag. Thank you very much. So men's.net was just crazy talk by you.
That was a different list. My apologies.
Yeah. You picked Bob Denver over Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I did. I'm just not musically, I just don't listen to a lot of music.
And as your movie fan, you haven't seen Main Street yet.
No, I haven't seen that
either. Which is like the big one. Here is Liam. Liam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, not even close. Robert De Niro, 100%.
You're a big De Niro fan?
Yeah, huge. And the movies from the recent movies, like when you brought up Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers, I thought he actually did like a pretty good job from just going like as the all-time greatest dramatic actor to a pretty good like comedy role.
Great. Why don't you go watch Bullwinkle? 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez. Damn, he had a good one. He says, why isn't Bobby Darin in there? Very good point. Bobby Darin should be part of that. And it's weird how many Bobby D's are out there. Bobby D must be the angle. Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go Bob Dole, man. He's got the pen. He's 80. He walks around with a rock-hard penis. Outstanding.
Bob Dole, I thought, if he wins president, he has a shot at this. But when you come up short, what are you going to do?
I wonder if he had been elected if he would have just picked up the Bobby D nickname more.
Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what was Dave looking up on men's.net? List of dates of guys? See ya.
I hope that's not a gay site, is it? John, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, John.
Ramon!
See, we're taking these calls, Fez, because of the war you started.
I did not start a war.
But you're ready to finish it.
Yeah, that's true. I just simply went upstairs and explained to management that I'm not going to be...
All right, let's not even get into it.
Yeah.
Earl, Fez the first person to ever stand up to Opie?
As far as I know, yeah.
Interesting.
Not someone's plaything. Not someone's plaything.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Robert Duvall. Robert Duvall is top. Stay away from To Kill a Mockingbird to present day. I love it.
He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And remember when he would work the pit crew for Tom Cruise in that race movie.
The Days of Thunder. I like Robert Duvall, but he can't be my favorite Bobby D.
No, you got Bob Denver up there as number two. Zach, you're on Ron and Fez. Shuck.
Yeah, what about Bobcat Goldthwait?
That's a G. That's Bobby G's. We'll do that on some other day. Here's Bruce. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what about Bob Dillinger, who ought to take his gun out and shoot Fez in the fucking head for messing with Opie?
Oh, jeez, it's not going to stop, Fez. These calls are not going to stop. They are going to find a way to get through.
I should realize that when I decided to make a stand. And say, some behavior's unacceptable in the workplace.
I understand. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, this is why women suck in radio.
Oh, man, it's not going to stop. It's a firestorm, Fez. It's a firestorm. Dom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, that's Dominic. How about Brian Dennehy?
That's Brian D. We're looking for Bobby D's. And according to the City Rag, we came up with a list. Robert De Niro, Robert Duvall, Bob Dylan, Robert Downey Jr., who really underrated actor, Fez. I know he's no Bob Denver, but he is an underrated actor. Bob Denver is part of the Bobby D's, and then Bob Dole. Hey, Debbie. Debbie, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Lost you. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, Robert Duvall is the greatest actor of all time. That smell, that gasoline smell, smells like victory.
If he only had one note range, you would have nailed that impression. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
29.875.
Yeah, buddy. What's happening?
The greatest player of all time, Bob De Niro.
Bob De Niro. That's your man, Earl.
Wasn't he white? Was his nickname White Lightning?
Yeah.
When he played for the, was it Phillies and Cubs?
Always a wild man, too. 866 Ron Zero Fez. I'll tell you what, if you really look at Duvall De Niro, it's tough to say who's a better actor. Duvall's done a lot of really, really great roles.
Duvall, I really liked in The Apostle. That's probably my favorite thing that he's done.
But if you start to make up a list, you'd probably come up with it. Look at Dusty Rhodes on TV. You would come up with tons of names of great films that he's done. Who is the definitive American actor, do you think?
I'm going to say Al Pacino is the definitive American actor.
I'm going to go back before then for the definitive and go, I was thinking Jimmy Stewart, but I'm going to say Marlon Brando. Because if you ask Pacino who's the best actor, he would say Brando. If you ask De Niro who's the best actor, he would say Brando. So I think that's the high watermark. Who is the definitive, Earl?
My definitive actor would probably be, I would venture to say Robert Duvall, because the body of work is there, and it's been consistently solid. He rarely takes a bad role or tanks a role.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a lot of bad movies, though. He's a guy that will work.
Yeah, he'll work, but he always adds a sort of this air of dignity to even something that's not very strong, even though the material's not strong. He always seems to steal a movie or bring something good to a movie.
He's strong. Michael, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think the one that's really popping right now is Edward Norton.
Edward Norton started really strong, hit a little bit of a slick patch, and seems like he's back into it again.
He's got some, I think it's this weekend, The Illusionist opens up.
No. I'm not big on period pieces, so I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure where I'm going to go.
American actor.
Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr., much better. Drugs, hookers. He's got it all. He's got everything.
You know, we're not talking about drugs and hookers. We were talking about definitive American actor. Aaron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Dylan coughed steak on my daughter at a fair once. And so I'm going to have to go with Ramon!
Oh, Jesus Christ, it won't stop. These damn pests, Fez. These damn pests.
We're just going to have to deal with this until
you know what they are? They're pesky. It's like they're just like pests in our face.
I'm willing to do what I have to do to make sure things get rectified around here. And if that means put up with some stuff, fine. But I'm in the right here.
Are you?
And people are going to find that out eventually.
But are your friends being forced to pay? People like myself, Earl, even Pitsy? Even Pitsy. Yeah. Mateo, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. As far as just, like, classic American, you got to go John Wayne all the way.
John Wayne.
You think of it, classic.
Yeah, but we use the word actor. That's the bad part. You have to be able to act, not just show up.
Surprised no one's mentioned Jack Nicholson. Now, here's the deal. He is a definitive American actor because does not make a lot of time period pieces. He's pretty much a contemporary actor.
What are you talking about, time period pieces?
You know, he's not
Chinatown?
He's not making Romeo and Juliet.
No, he's not British. He's American.
Right.
You got a problem with De Niro making a lot of Romeo and doing a lot of Shakespeare?
Look, I mean, doing Frankenstein and stuff like that, that's not American. If you look at Nicholson's career, he pretty much plays all Americans. And he goes to sports events. He drinks beer.
That has nothing to do with actor. We really just need to look at actor. That's all.
He's an actor.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Miss Loyal Fez.
I miss Loyal Fez, too. He was the best.
He was. You got to think Tom Cruise would say Fez is a fat nigger-loving piece of shit.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think Tom Cruise would say that.
Do you believe the pest, Fezzy, today? Do you believe the pest?
Oh, I believe it.
You think they would be this pesky?
I believe it. I didn't think their leader, Opie, was capable of some things. And Norton. Not Anthony.
Why don't you unleash the RonFez.net crew on them?
Maybe I will. Maybe
put them all in pet battle mode.
My battle will be done in a corporate office or maybe in a court of law.
Why don't you let KOP get into some of his hijinks?
I can't depend on KOP.
Why?
He's too busy with the Denver Film Festival or whatever it is that's coming up.
Bob Denver.
Is that the Bob Denver film? I don't.
Good one.
Thank you.
Good one.
Trying to tie it in there.
Yeah, but why mock Fez when you know he's going through a lot right now?
I know.
Fez, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Ramon, tell Fezzy he's full of shit.
I didn't expect it out of you, Ronnie.
Well, I just wanted to be part of the gang.
I didn't expect you to be a pest.
I just wanted to be, part of something bigger than myself. Peter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, it's Pete in Florida.
Hey, Pete. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was going to tell you what I thought about my favorite American actor, or the definitive American actor.
The definitive. Let's always say this. The definitive
would be,
the definitive.
I would say Dustin Hoffman.
Little Dusty Hoffman. Good actor, Fez. Strong.
That's a very strong choice.
Everybody loves him. You ever hear anybody go, you know who I don't like? Is that Dustin Hoffman?
No one ever says that.
No, they love him.
Maybe that's something that should get started.
Ishtar, though. Jack never had an Ishtar.
Jack's never been in a bad movie.
Not an Ishtar.
Have you ever watched Ishtar?
First 15 minutes.
Hysterical. Fucking hysterical the first 15 minutes. You just joined into the pack. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'd say it's got to be Harrison R. Ford.
Again, we're going to need an actor. Not a guy running around from one scene to the other, but an actual actor. Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what about Mel Gibson?
A little anti-Semitic for me, Fez.
Yeah, I prefer my all-American actors to be American.
Yeah.
And,
He is an American. He was raised in Australia, but born in America.
Oh, I didn't know that.
American citizen, yeah. Dano, you're on Ron and Fez.
Show me how you suck a guy's cock with your mouth.
Oh, jeez, Fez. It's happening again. It's happening again. See what you brought down on the show.
See what happens when a person stands up for their rights.
Yeah.
When they stand up for themselves and, and they feel like maybe they should be able to come to work and their body not made to be a plaything.
You know something, Fez? You've made a stand here, and I feel like now I need to make a stand with you.
Thank you.
Because this is not so much something about what's going on between you and Opie, but the way a human should feel about himself, about the kind of respect that one person... Ramon! Tell Fezzy to stop felching his own brother!
I really didn't expect that from you.
I know. That's why I loved it. It was the unexpected that worked there.
You were the first person I called when this happened.
Sorry I didn't take your call. I
left messages.
Mm-hmm. I have the special Fez line that only you can reach me at. And I keep that under a pillow in the bathtub with cement over top of it.
You still haven't returned those calls.
I'm going to get back to you later. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, man, how about Harvey Keitel, the definitive actor? Hey, Fez, now go get your fucking pull pump.
Oh, jeez.
Just ignore, Ronnie. Just ignore.
I can't. I don't know what to do anymore. What did that guy in Orlando do? What was his name?
Oh, Jim Phillips.
What did Jim Phillips do when he found himself in this position? Do you go underground? Do you stop taking calls?
Maybe we go to Santa Fe. Maybe that's what we do.
We don't have phones in Santa Fe?
Well, Sports Nation, the phone number would change.
Sports Nation. Hey, no, I'm not going there. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
I got two for you. I got Clint Eastwood, which I think is the best. And then there's fucking Fez, that's a little bitch that sits down when he pisses.
Oh, jeez, Fezzy.
You almost got it all out, Chris.
And whether Fez...
and pissing and bitches piss.
Fez finds it to be more sanitary to sit and pee. It's no one's business. Plus, you're able to tuck so nobody can see your business.
In case someone happens to walk in that stall.
Yeah. Hour 3. Hour 3, brother. Hour 3. That's what I'm asking you for. Ben, you're on Ron and Fez.
Charlton Heston, you damn dirty apes.
Charlton Heston would be great if we were saying who's responsible for all the gun deaths. Yes, then the definitive would be Charlton Heston. Is he still alive?
He's still alive. We haven't seen him since they announced that he had Alzheimer's. And
did he have Alzheimer's or did he just get lost?
I think he had the actual Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And that was, 3, 4, 5 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while. I know after the Michael Moore movie, we never saw him again. After the Fahrenheit 9/11, his name even came up. Everybody yelled at Michael Moore, "You're mean to a crazy old man," and then that was the end of him.
Yeah, I don't even know if we saw him during the 2000 election, like in support of George W. or anything with the NRA lobby.
I'm not sure either. I know Michael Moore was after that election, right? Or before? Yeah, he was after.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Michael Moore. I mean just that one movie. The Fahrenheit 9/11. The definitive look at the Bush White House.
Definitive documentary, maybe. Because it won an Oscar, and it's one of the biggest... It is the biggest ticket-selling docs of all time.
So what? It's 10 times bigger than any other doc. It made over $100 million. The second biggest doc of all time, $17 million.
Right, so it's the definitive.
And you know who made the second?
Errol Morris.
Michael Moore. Bowling for Columbine was number 2.
He's got that locked up.
Oh, yeah. He's Doc Man. And then the new one should be big. The Sicko.
Oh, yeah, where he takes on the pharmaceutical industry in this country.
He takes on the fat cats, Fezzy, in Washington.
When is that coming out? It seems like that one's been on the verge of coming out forever.
Not until at least next year.
Oh, okay.
It takes a long time to put together a documentary. I'm doing one right now.
What's yours?
Ramon, tell Fez to take his lips off his dad's bowls.
That's not a documentary. That will not be shot. It won't be out next year.
I'll say this from the Pez point of view. It's immature. It's stupid, but it is kind of fun, because no one sees it coming.
I don't think it's fun or anything. Especially what I'm going through. Maybe if they knew all the facts, maybe if I was able at this juncture to talk about everything that happened to me in this office,
right?
Maybe they wouldn't so blindly follow Opie's lead here, attacking me.
So what are you saying? The pest are zombies?
I'm saying they don't have all the facts.
Right. What are you saying? They're worthless cult members? You know what you cost me, Fez?
Won't you, big brother, big brother?
It's a Big Brother update.
Now, no more Indie Mike Big Brother update.
Well, I feel sorry. I feel bad about that because we didn't even get to the sequester part yet.
Yeah, me too.
No one's even been picked for the jury so far.
It seems like this show's taking forever, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah. And they haven't even put anyone back in the house.
And then I don't think they're going to this year. And then it ends in a month.
Oh, yeah, because there are
7 people they're going to get rid of in a month. It's going to be a bloodbath. JJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, Big Ass 2014.
Hey, buddy.
Hoo-ah.
There's your big body number.
Hoo-ah. Yeah, I got to go with the hometown boy here, Brad Pitt. Stop spitting on the man's back to fake orgasm.
Brad Pitt, I don't think would be considered the definitive American actor, but he is on that definitive if you had to be with a guy list. Normally, I think Brad Pitt's name would pop up there.
He always is tops on that list, I think. I think he's number one on that list.
Your list went on for pages and pages, I noticed. That was more of a book than a list.
I like to have options in case the Nazis get my mom and dad.
There's no Nazis. We got rid of them in 45. Diane, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I have to say Bill Murray is the best American actor.
Where's your Ramon?
Oh, Ramon. Fezzi's awesome.
Don't force her into it, even though I appreciated the compliment.
She's a reverse pest.
She doesn't get the whole concept of being a pest.
I'll tell you right now, if I was those pests, I'd send a bunch of pizzas to Fez's house.
Don't send pizzas to my house. Don't give people ideas.
Cheeseburgers?
Fucking starving. What do we have? We got any cheeseburger pizzas, Earl?
No, we just ran out.
Why lie?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Anytime you ask for food, he always says we ran out.
Earl,
and he expects us to fall down laughing.
Earl, give me a little energy.
Oh, I'm giving you energy.
No, now you are. That's second. But before that, I had that, Earl. I have no idea, buddies.
Whispering Earl of the Pines.
Why are you upset, Earl? Your mommy and daddy fighting?
No, I just got a phone call from our booker about a couple of things. I was a little distracted.
Let me hear it. What happened?
No, I mean, it's nothing bad. They're just trying to arrange for one of our guests to come in on Friday, and also they offered us a guest for...
What guest?
Duff Goldman.
Who's that?
He has a new show on the Food Network. He's kind of like a rock and roll chef.
What does that mean, rock and roll chef?
I'm reading...
Does he work at the Hard Rock?
He has a show called Ace of Cakes coming out.
Ace of Cakes? How gimmicky.
That tends to lose to Ace of Base. This is what you work on during the show. No wonder you're depressed.
No, I got a phone call.
You had to bring that Duff Goldman name to me. Now, the thing is, he'll end up being one of our favorite chefs.
Right, yeah.
No, I literally just got that call, so I was just a little distracted, that's all. No,
Why is it distracting?
You can't talk about cakes and run that booth all at the same time?
He is the rock and roll chef, after all. I mean,
he's the frosting kid.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just got to say, I don't blame Opie and Norton. You know, Fez is a delicious-looking man, and it's easy to mistake his kindness for weakness, so that's going to happen.
In his mind, I'm sure he thought that was a terrific call. Ray, you're on Ron and Fez. Ray.
Yeah, Ray?
I guess.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is a great actor.
Is he American, my friend?
Well, Ramon, bring Fez a camel.
Ray? Be able to pull off the early part of the call. And then be funnier.
All he wanted to do was get in his screaming, and he panicked throughout the whole thing. The voice was cracking once he went to his Ramon.
What are you saying, all the pests are pussies?
I'm saying Ray is a screw-up.
Wow. Shocking.
Daniel Day-Lewis is Irish, too. I mean, Ray should have known that.
Well, I think Ray was worried more about the Ramon part.
Oh.
Marty, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, that Chef Duff.
Yeah.
He's the fucking man. He uses power tools to make his cakes and stuff. He rocks out to, like, Megadeth. He's pretty cool. You'd like him.
Megadeth?
Well, you know, he likes rock and roll music. He's pretty hot.
Sounds... Oh.
I mean...
Wow.
Sounds like he spits in the cake.
Sounds like his cakes are going to fall if the Megadeth is playing in the bakery there. Rumors are coming out about the next Batman movie. They're saying that Katie Holmes is returning for the sequel, and that Ryan Phillippe has gotten the role of D.A. Harvey Dent, who turns into Two-Face. let me ask this. Are they trying on purpose to ruin this Batman franchise again?
No. It seems like it's Kid Batman.
Yeah.
It's like Smallville.
If you're going to keep Katie Holmes, first of all, why do you need someone else to play Two-Face? That's what I don't understand. With her Bell's palsy that she's got there, half that face doesn't work on her anyway.
Wow. It's a real rip at Mrs. Tom Cruise.
They still owe Billy D. Williams that part. Why not fucking...
Well, he's elderly.
So what? I mean, Harvey Dent wasn't 26.
Billy D. Williams has signed to play the part of Grady in Sanford and Son, the movie.
And why Ryan Felipe? As we talk about definitive American actors, the definitive worst American actor, Ryan Felipe. No, I cannot stand him.
Did you see Crash?
No, I refuse to see Crash.
What have you seen him in that you hate?
Was it Cruel Intentions?
Yeah.
I saw him in Igby Goes Down. I saw him in that. He has this thing, and here's exactly what he's going to do if he plays Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent, the character in the Batman comics, he's man about town, he's wealthy, he's powerful, he's suave, he's debonair. And whenever Ryan Felipe has to play a part like that, where he's rich and affluent, he plays it British and gay. For some reason, anytime he's supposed to play someone rich, he decides to put on a British accent. Oh, Mother, I do believe we have money in our account. And he gets gay and British every time he has to play affluent.
You know who does that, too, is Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney is British.
And gay?
I don't know about that. I don't know what all went wrong with Heather Mills. But this is a huge mistake. Ryan Felipe in the next Batman.
Not gonna go see it, huh?
Oh, I'll be there.
I just feel like the comic book movies are over. It just feels like it's done. This whole summer of movies. I know I get called being a movie snob, but can we admit that every summer movie stunk this year and then move on?
They were bad. Miami Vice. I saw that over the weekend.
Love it?
Nope. And I love Michael Mann. I love Heat. I love everything he's ever done, except Ali. And now this.
Did you like Miami Vice, the TV show?
I didn't really watch it intently, but...
That's Michael Mann.
Yeah, I know, but I was very young. I preferred 18 to Miami
Still on
Vice.
TV. That's the beauty of it. It's not like anyone goes to, hey, did you ever read any F. Scott Fitzgerald? Oh, no, that was well before my time. The books are able to be read at a later date. Same with viewing.
All right, well, I can check that out. I don't really have TiVo, so I don't. It's difficult for me to find such an old program on television.
Oh, let me go out and buy you one then.
Really? Or
no? It's fucking stupid to think that would do anything for you.
Oh.
This summer, I think I've seen the least amount of summer movies out of any summers past, and there was nothing that I think I saw Superman twice, where usually with a comic book movie that I'm looking forward to, I would go see that like 3 or 4 or 5 times maybe.
Why?
If I like something that much, I'm going to go see it over and over again. I did it with Batman Begins. I think I saw that 4 times.
Well, you'll go probably see the new one 4 times with Ryan Felipe.
Not if he ruins it. But this summer, they did not get the repeat business out of me that they usually do, and nothing.
So, multi-billion-dollar companies are going to be out there $28 from Fez Whatley.
It adds up.
Why? Has he cloned himself? It's not. Other people going to.
You don't think other people feel the way I do, where there was nothing exciting, nothing that got you excited?
Is part of the crowd. This movie stiffed because people like Fez didn't go multiple times. Fez is a comic book fan, and he's a blockbuster movie fan who, like a kid, goes back and sees the same movie over and over, and he's not doing it, neither did other people this year.
Yeah, like Titanic became the highest-grossing film of all time because of all the repeat business. It wasn't because...
How many times did you go to Titanic, crybaby?
I didn't see it. Honestly, I didn't see it at all. I never saw it until it was on
That
Kid.
guy can cover himself.
No, but I'm saying, but it was all repeat business. But Titanic, that was all repeat business. It was people who were seeing it over and over and over and over again. It wasn't like new people were seeing it every week.
Yeah, we're moving on. It was teenage girls. That's what it was.
I can't go to a theater with Earl because he yells at the screen.
No matter what it is.
Not too much.
Yeah, you do.
It's like part of being at the movies. You kind of get caught up in the action.
He chews loudly, too.
I know.
Have you ever heard Earl chew like these fucking almonds?
I went with him last year to see what was that, the mountain? Brokeback. And he yelled, "Oh, no, you didn't," at the screen during the guys kissing. "Oh, no, you didn't."
Well,
maybe it would have went better if I would have known the fucking name of the movie instead of being an idiot.
I think this year I saw Superman, I saw Da Vinci Code, I saw Clerks 2. That may be it for summer movies for me. I never went to see the pirate thing. I didn't see the Miami Vice thing.
Miami Vice was pretty. I mean, it was all right. It's just there's no substance. And Colin Farrell is. Both him and Jimmy Fox should have his Oscar taken away. He's not good. He's overrated.
He doesn't have one. He doesn't have an Oscar.
Well, good. Don't ever give him one then. And take Jamie's away. And that's the last point on that.
All right, you want to do your report?
Yes.
What kind of music do you need?
Earl?
No, I thought we were using NBA music.
Okay.
Do it.
Well, yesterday I was talking about Michael Jordan and that I definitely believe he retired, or he was forced to retire from the NBA. And you said do a report on him.
I thought this was the report.
I totally thought he had started.
This is called Michael Jordan, The Air Seems Dirty. Okay. This is serious, too. Michael Jordan, the man, the myth. He is a sports legend in our time. Some may call him a genius, and that someone is me. I recognize Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball player of our time, and certainly the best athlete for the past 27 years. I also recognize that like many geniuses before him, athletes or not, he is suspect to demons, and that demons starts with a capital G, gambling. In 1993, Michael Jordan retired from the NBA. Or did he? The answer is he did not. Michael Jordan was forced to retire from the NBA. By the time when Michael was in college, he would bet college teammates sodas on who would make more free throws. By the time he was a pro, that couldn't solve Michael's crave. Sodas weren't good anymore, so Michael needed the stakes. Here are the facts. 1991, Jordan lost $50,000 to James Buller, a convicted cocaine dealer. When authorities questioned Buller where he got the money from...
Where's the comedy with this?
This is an essay. I'm trying to... Okay.
Aaron, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
I was talking about the summer movies. I was watching Ebert and Roper with Kevin Smith, and he recommended Half Nelson. I don't really know anything about it. I was wondering if you'd seen that.
Yeah, I saw it last winter at that over at MoMA where they did a first-time director's thing. A very strong film. Ryan Gosling is the only known people. Everybody else has never acted before in a film. He's plays a junkie school teacher who has this friendship with a young girl. And small film, but very, very good. Nice film.
And here's the facts. Out of the blue, Jordan decides to announce his retirement. Following the tragic shooting of his father, Jordan claimed he wanted to get away from the game. He says, quote, "The biggest positive that I have is that my father was here to see my last basketball game," end quote. Must have meant a lot to you, Michael, because you were back in 2 years. Must have meant a real lot to you, unless you're deceiving the American public. That's what he did. He's not the king, he's the king of deceit. 5 years down the line... Jordan went on to say, when he was asked by a reporter if he'll ever come back, 5 years down the line, if the urge comes back, if the Bulls will have me back, and if David Stern lets me back, I will come back. Why would David Stern have to let Michael Jordan back? That's the pivotal phrase. He wouldn't have to let him back if he wasn't banned from the NBA. That ends the conspiracy. The point is he was kicked out.
Phil, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
Hey, Fez, I think you shouldn't worry about OP. I mean, I wouldn't even worry about it. If you need a job, I can get you a job at Town and Country Plastics. If it comes down to it.
All right, that's nice for him to know.
I always have a career in plastics.
Yeah. Here's Greg. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what. These movies out there are really horrible. I'm going with The Barnyard. I'm going to go with The Cars.
Ramon! Please give me a sidekick that doesn't have a cunt.
Ouch.
I'm willing to weather the storm, Ronnie.
I don't think it's going to stop, Fez. I think you find yourself in the middle of a pest swarm. I think tonight they're going to be sending medical supplies to your home on Roosevelt Island. I think you're going to open up the front door and there's going to be oxygen tents sent to you, and it's all going to be very, very difficult. And sooner or later, this is going to end with somebody getting killed. Maybe you.
I don't want to see it go that far, obviously. But things can't go on the same way they've been going on around here. What goes on in this office?
Now, I know that you said that you would knock out Whackbag and that you were going to somehow get online and knock them offline.
Right.
They've set up a defense shield around it right now. You will not be able to get in there.
Oh, well, we'll see about that.
Fez is a computer expert.
You can use my login if you'd like.
And I'll tell you why I know he's a computer expert. He has AOL.
Yeah. And I mean like the 9.0 version, too.
Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, just want to ask Douchey Dave if Jordan was the best in the past 27 years, who was the best 28 years ago? Ramon, give this boy a douche with seltzer.
Muhammad Ali. It's a very legitimate point by my calculations.
Best basketball player?
Best athlete. I said Michael's the best athlete in the past 27 years. If you went back to 28 years, Muhammad Ali was still in his prime. That's where I got that number from. I just didn't pick it out of the blue. Right.
You think Muhammad Ali was in his prime in the late 70s, losing to the Spinks?
He won. I think he won over Norton in 78. Right?
No, not Norton. It was Spinks that he had to win back from.
Yeah, he beat Spinks in 78.
After losing to Spinks.
So 78.
Have you ever seen that late fight in 78 with him?
I didn't see that.
It was a fucking travesty. You would have fucking cried.
No, I
saw the man hanging on too long.
I saw him with Larry Holmes. That was just very, very bad fight for him.
Right.
So that's why I had Jordan there, because by that time Jordan was in college anyway.
Jordan was in college in 78.
No, but 1980 or so. Something like that, you know. It's not
You're not going to rip off Earl anymore and try to do his report thing. Earl did one that was a hit. You did one the day after, miss. Now, I noticed, like, if Earl does a song and puts some drops on, the next day, Dave does the same thing. Do you know who does that when they hear someone do something so they repeat it?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Jen. That's where your fucking head is right now.
I was told to do a report. I think. Someone. I didn't just get it out of thin air. Someone said to me, do a report.
When do we do anything on the show that's not has somewhat of a comedic tinge?
That's a good point. I thought The Air Seems Dirty, my title, was somewhat comedic.
Not even close.
His nickname is The Air, and he was up to funny business with the gambling, so The Air Seems Dirty is kind of... There's something in there.
No, maybe you got me there. So is there any more? You're all done?
I can give you another paragraph.
Yeah, go ahead.
So ends the great conspiracy. Ouch! Fuck! Ah!
Hey, TJ.
Oh.
TJ, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys knew that Heath Ledger is going to be playing the Joker in the new Batman movie.
You know, I did hear that, Fez. Do you think you would be excited about that?
Yeah, I think there was other people that I probably would have liked to see get that part.
Yeah.
I mentioned Paul Bettany before. I think he would have been perfect for it. But I'm not disappointed that it's Heath Ledger. I think he's a good actor.
I rewatched Batman when it was running on HBO again recently. It's almost unwatchable. Even though they did everything as good as you probably can, the whole thing of a guy putting on a bat suit and running around punching people, it's such a ridiculous concept that you can know that the belief is just passed for me. I can't sit there and act like it makes sense. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Rich.
Hello?
Yeah, buddy, what do you got for me?
It's Chris. The name's Chris.
Go ahead, Kid Chris.
Yeah, the best summer blockbuster I thought was Aquaman, starring Vinny Chase.
Well, that actually should be pretty good, but I'm looking more forward to Vinny Chase playing in the Ramones movie, Fez. That should be excellent. By the way, just I bring up Entourage again, and I just remember it's the last time I saw Bruno Kirby on Entourage. I have been inconsolable. I almost didn't even feel like doing the show today.
I am so sorry to hear that, Ronnie.
I'm inconsolable.
Yeah. I got to do something nice for you. You're having a bad day with that.
Why don't you stop this war you started?
I don't think I started it, Ron. I wasn't the one who got too familial.
No. You're the paterfamilias. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, you got to look at Gretzky, the records that guy has hold, what he's done on and off the ice. He's got to be the best athlete of the century.
Yeah, where's Gretzky in this 28-year mark of yours?
He's very up there, but he's second behind Jordan.
Even though that the air is dirty?
Look, now enough people pay attention to hockey, though, as well.
Phil, you're on Ron and Fez.
What up, buddies?
Hey, buddy.
I miss litigation-free Fez.
Me too.
Dave, you're a fucking idiot, man. Muhammad Ali's not even close to being one of the best athletes before Jordan. You could name Jesse Owens, Ty Cobb. I mean, it goes on. And I wish Noah would have left sperm-colored mix off the arc so we wouldn't have to listen to this shit anyway.
Wow.
And you wouldn't have Bono, first of all. Second of all, yeah, that's a real crazy Dave statement that Muhammad Ali wasn't one of the best of all time.
All right, why don't you list your top three?
Okay.
Start at three.
My top three would be Jack Nicklaus.
Fuck! Shit! We'll take a break. We're right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 2.
A lot of people who listen to this, please don't take drugs.
She's not happy, and she's not normal anymore. She's so lonely. She's got no one left to lose. She wants to die before Christmas.
You hope to die before Christmas?
I hope so.
She's afraid.
I'm afraid that if I die before he will, and I think what's going to happen is he won't care at all.
He won't care at all that you're gone.
I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone.
She's probably going to commit suicide.
If you die first, I probably will commit suicide.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't kill yourself. Kill someone else. Gail. You're gonna have to kill Paul. You'll have to do it while he's sleeping. Bang, bang, shoot him in the head while he's laying in bed. You can blame the medicine.
The biggest problem is that she doesn't understand exactly how mentally ill she is.
I am not that mentally ill. I have a bipolar disorder.
That's nothing.
It's not.
It's a bipolar on top of a schizophrenia.
No, I'm not schizophrenic, Paul. I'm dual. You've heard of what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's it. The doctor.
Dual personality.
Yeah, you don't.
Taking
You don't. I'm not
pills.
psychotic, Paul.
It's a bittersweet there. Maybe my favorite Paranoid song all time, Fuzz.
The Ballad of Gail O. You can check that out on the CosmicCircus.com.
Nice job.
Paranoid, just on a roll. TiVo alert for tonight. Medical Mysteries on ABC, 10 o'clock in the East tonight. They'll be talking about a couple of medical phenomena. Echolocation is one of them. They describe this as a sort of sonar by which blind people can locate objects. So it sounds very daredevilish. And then the other thing they'll be talking about is something I have, is synesthesia.
This is something you suffer from, Fez, something you're trying to deal with.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll see whether you have it or not. Why, Earl, why didn't we get Fez on this show tonight? This would have been the perfect thing for the producer of the Ron and Fez show, to get him some exposure for his well, I wouldn't know if I would call it that, but his oddness.
It's a condition, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, I was not aware of it. I'm terribly sorry. But I can definitely make some calls and try to get him on the show.
It's already been filmed. It's showing tonight.
It airs tonight on ABC, Medical Mysteries.
Oh, it's not a regular series at all. I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a regular series on fucking Freaks of Nature. Why don't you do this, Earl? See if you can book on a commercial. Someone pull out beds.
I don't want to...
The synesthesia, that is when people, their perception of their different senses kind of overlap. An example would be someone who can, like, see music as color. That would be an example.
Now, I've heard of that before, that some musicians, as they write and perform music, and the notes change, they will see colors.
Right, or some people can, taste colors, or something like that.
That I'm not going to believe. If I blindfolded a guy and gave him red, I don't think he could guess that it was red.
So it's an overlap of the senses. The two that I see is, I see each person when I look at them, I see an individual number, a 1 through 9. Each person just has a corresponding number to me.
What am I?
You're a 5.
Well, you're a 0.
It's not a rating system.
Then why'd you get your feelings hurt, 0?
Because you don't have synesthesia. I do.
I know a 0 when I see one, my friend. What's Earl?
Earl is a 9.
Jeez, Earl wins. What's Dave?
There's no winning. Dave is a 3.
Daryl and Monica.
So,
Mad Bomber of the old Oakland Raiders.
So when I see a person, I see a corresponding number with them. I always thought it was just a game that I played as a kid because I've always done this.
Well, wasn't a game that you used to play when you were a kid is what fits in Fezzi's ass? And so far, he's never been stumped.
I've never won that game. I know that. And then the other way I see it is I see colors and numbers going together.
Yeah.
So, like, the numbers 1 through 9 all have a specific color to me.
All right. What color is black?
That is 9.
Same as Earl's number. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's why you see Earl as a 9.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think those two synesthesia elements go together.
Hey, you should see my old neighborhood back in Philly. It's fucking filled with 9s.
9 town?
I couldn't believe it. When I was there as a kid, it was all 5s. Now it is just so many 9s, they actually close the train station. They fuck up everything. Fucking 9s.
All
right, let's go through your colors.
Okay.
Or you want to go through numbers?
Do the numbers.
All right, what is a 1?
That is white.
All right, 1. I'm 1, and then Earl's 9. 2?
2 is blue.
3?
3 is red, but it can go into like a pinkish red.
4?
Purple.
5?
Orange.
6?
Green.
7?
7 is a yellowish green. It's a real light green, but mostly
pea green?
yellow. A little more yellow than pea green.
Where are we? 8?
8 is brown.
9?
Black.
I wonder what that even means.
So, yeah, there's no useful thing that I can get out of it.
Now, did you always do this your entire life?
Yeah, I've remembered doing this, like, since I was in kindergarten. I remember, like, one time being real little, going to church, being bored out of my skull, and looking around the room and just saying, oh, that kid's a 4, that guy's an 8, she's a 7. Just seeing numbers with people. And I thought it was just something to spend time on.
Now, what's Opie?
Opie is a 3.
Which is the same as Dave?
Yeah. Opie and Dave are both 3s.
What's Jimmy?
Jimmy is a 4.
Anthony?
4s and 6s I have a lot of trouble with.
You mean you don't get along with them?
No, not like I don't get along with them. Like, sometimes a 4 and a 6, they're kind of a complicated look to me. So, like, I have a little bit more trouble deciding if someone's a 4 or a 6. 7s are pretty evident. They're, like, the most evident to me. Someone who's a 7.
Tell me a 7.
J-Dubs. Our friend J-Dubs from the Hideout is a 7.
So 7 is the guy who was touched as a kid. Interesting. All right, what's Anthony?
Anthony's a 9.
Same as Earl.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think so. I know they have that gene, that Moore gene that came across into Italy, but I never really believed it.
It has nothing to do with ethnic background. It's just what
if anything, he's an 8.
I see. It's just what I see in my mind.
And a very light 8.
And so I want to watch this Medical Mysteries tonight just to see if anyone else is doing what I'm doing.
Well, you're doing the color thing and you're doing the people as numbers. Like, what's Charlie Manson?
Charlie Manson is a 6.
Son of Sam?
Son of Sam, he's an 8.
George Bush?
George Bush is a 1.
Huh. And it doesn't mean anything to you?
No, it just doesn't matter. It's just I look at a person and I say, if they were going to be a number, if somehow magically people were turned into numbers, that's what these people would be.
Here is Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies? Listen, Fez, I got a theory on you. I'm wondering if maybe you've been dressing a little provocative lately, and that's the problem.
You know, I'm not going to go through that. I'm not going to have him...
I'm not going to stand trial here.
Called names. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead,
Hey,
Robert.
Ron.
Yeah.
My question is for Fez. Fezzy,
yeah.
Why are you protecting Anthony? Because earlier on the O&A show, their whole take on the thing was that your show was stealing air from their show, and you was using that to make your show out of. Anthony was right in there bashing the Ron and Fez show the same as the other two. Why are you protecting
Anthony, I will give him this. Anthony's a team player, and I think that is to be respected.
But their whole angle on this, it wasn't anything between...
Why do you think, Robert? Why do you think? What would you rather be accused of?
I think the whole thing is a bunch of bullshit.
No,
and
let me ask you this.
It's a gag between the two shows.
Let me ask you this. What would you rather be? Accused of lifting material or accused of anal rape?
I don't believe anybody was anal raped. I think because y'all got your story straight. They were saying your show was stealing their show, and y'all were saying it's something between Opie and...
Well, it seems like when Fez went and made these complaints upstairs, then suddenly we heard complaints about our show content.
Yeah, odd coincidence, and I think if
or coinky dink.
I think if I was in that position, I'd try to deflect everything away from the real issues anyway. I'd try to wag the dog.
The only position you've been in, Fez, is face down, ass up.
Not by choice.
Here's Bobo. Hello, Bobo.
Hi, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, in the past, Fez has given me my number twice and been consistent. I wanted to see if he could do it again.
Aren't you a 3, Bobo?
You got it right. That's amazing.
The Mad Bomber, Darryl Monica.
Man, that's incredible.
That's old AFL number there, my friend, when they used to fucking air it out.
Bobo's pretty easy. He's a pretty evident 3.
No kidding. Now, 3s are Jews?
No, not always.
What numbers we giving them?
No, it has nothing to do with religious background either. It's just what I see.
Now, Fez, is it the fact that you've always seen me in black clothing? If I were to wear like a white shirt, would my number still change? Or
well, you'd still be black.
I would still be black. Yes.
That's a good point, Fez. The first time you saw him, he's in black. You hit him with a 9. Are you doing this as soon as you see people? You see the color that they seem that day, and then that's what they become forever.
That may have something to do with it. I never thought of that. But there's other people that are 9s that don't dress like Johnny Cash.
You said what? Anthony was the other 9?
Anthony was another 9.
And really, I've never been able to even tell you guys apart. Same sense of humor, same work ethic.
Same beliefs in creationism.
Right. Obviously. Both Baptists, Southern Baptists.
So if I were to wear, if I walked in here with a white shirt, I would still be a 9.
Yes, I think you would still be a 9.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to see you try it.
Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, man, I was going to say that the 1s are okay and the 9s are okay, but it's the 1-9ers I can't stand.
Well, you know, when ones act like nines, which we have more and more all the time.
Whiners.
Fucking whiners. What are you going to do? It's a whole different generation, Fez. They got their own scene.
I'm sorry, my problem is that I do see colors. But they're numbers.
I see more than I used to when I was a kid. That's for sure. Way more. I know there's more than ones dating nines.
See, to me, they're just all people.
No, to you, they're all numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not a number. Damn it, I'm a man. I feel like a number. This is on a 10 tonight. Fez, would you have went on this show and been tested, or are you afraid you're not a genius?
I would have gone on this just to see, just to be able to sit down with experts in it.
If I had to figure out what you were, I'd say faking.
Why would you say faking?
It's just that everything about you just seems like, look at me, everybody.
I don't fake this. It's something I've done as a kid. I have no reason to fake this. I don't get anything out of it. I don't get $1 every time someone, is listed as a 1 or a 9.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, your buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, I know what Fez is talking about. I'm driving through Brooklyn right now, and there are 9s everywhere.
It's like they're bastardizing my powers.
Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy boys. I know exactly what Fez is doing. It's because Fatty Pneumonia stayed up inside his bedroom too long doing the paint by numbers thing all day.
You know, that has come up before, Fezzy, either paint by numbers or blocks.
I may have had blocks. I know I never painted by the numbers. I never did one of those kits.
That's impossible to do anyway. I tried it before when I was a kid. It came out fucking hideous.
My aunt tried to do the Last Supper, paint by the numbers, and it was just such a mess. It looked like everyone was melting in the thing. Then she had it framed to give to my mother, like she wanted that put up in the house.
She gave a paint by numbers thing to somebody?
Yeah.
That's like pulling something out of the coloring book and going, here, hang this up.
Put it on the refrigerator. She was so proud of how this turned out that she thought her sister would want to hang it in her house.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Fez, what number would John Elway be?
John Elway, oddly enough, is a 7.
Huh.
That is weird.
Yeah. He is an obvious 7.
Sure. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
What color would Bart Simpson be?
Bart Simpson? I've never done it with cartoons. Bart Simpson's a 2. If I had to look at him.
What about Snuffy Smith?
Snuffy Smith? He is a 6.
Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse is a 1.
Tim Conway?
Tim Conway is a 3.
What's Dave?
3.
Mad Bomber. So tonight, you will see the people who have the same weirdness as a Fez. It will be on ABC tonight at 10 o'clock.
It's called Medical Mysteries, ABC, 10 o'clock in the East.
Here's Derek. You're on Ron and Fez. Boy, the pest. The pest won't leave us alone today because of this problem. Fez, what's Sonny Jurgensen?
Sonny Jurgensen is a 2.
Jesus?
Jesus is a 1.
Sure. Number 1.
You really can't beat that.
Yeah, you can't beat Jesus.
Maybe that's, again, if it's mixing up with the colors, that he's always in a white robe whenever I see a painting of him.
I'm just used to him just in a pair of shorts. No shirt at all.
I've never seen shorts-only Jesus.
Well, I don't know whether it's shorts, but that diaper that he wore on the cross. What'd that be called?
Oh, yeah. Swaddling clothes.
I was trying to call it shorts to give him some amount of respect. What would it be called, Earl?
I'm not familiar with the name. I think it was called, oh, God, it's right off the top of my head, too.
Turban?
No.
Well, you wear a turban on your butt. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, buddies?
Good.
I got a question for Fezzy. What number is Bo Derek?
Bo Derek is 6.
I mean, I haven't really done many women. Demi Moore?
Demi Moore is a 5.
Meryl Streep?
Meryl Streep is a 2.
Deborah Winger?
Deborah Winger is a 3.
Virgin Mary?
Virgin Mary, I would say, is a 4. Very pretty, very beautiful 4.
What about like pre-dye job Michael Jackson, pre-plastic surgery
What
Michael Jackson?
are you talking about, Earl?
I'm sorry. Pre-nose job Michael
fucking
Jackson.
falling apart on us?
No.
He totally is.
It's like listening to a cave-in.
Got mixed up with the words. Pre-surgery.
Are you getting high over there? Are you eating a Valium?
No, it is warm in here though.
You should gulp in more air to keep yourself cool.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Fezzy, this all started when you were in kindergarten, you said?
Yeah, that's where I remember doing it first.
Okay, well, do you happen to remember that above the blackboard, usually they had the numbers printed out and, like, little circles with all colors in it over that?
I'm sure they had something like that. I can't remember specifically what we looked at in kindergarten.
I remember we would have the numbers up and the letters up, but I don't remember a struggle to learn the colors.
Yeah, the letters always had something attached to them that began with that letter.
No, I remember we learned about there, and then you never discuss it again, is primary colors and secondary colors.
All right.
So I remember people going like this, what's your favorite primary color? What's your favorite secondary color? Because as soon as you find out that there is some kind of blue and yellow meets green, you stay obsessed with that for about a year.
Yeah, that is like your first bit of trivia, I think, that you throw out to people. Your first bar fact that you bring in from pre-K.
Yeah, you can't wait to get back to your dad with it. You know what green is, right? Blue and yellow?
It's a secondary color.
Right.
My niece started pre-kindergarten last week.
What's pre-kindergarten? Preschool?
Yeah, it's preschool.
How old is she?
4.
Oh, sweet.
So, but she's calling it pre-K. She called to tell me I'm much bigger now because I'm in pre-K.
How's she getting along there, okay?
She loves it. Betsy is the best teacher.
Betsy?
Yeah.
See, things have fucking changed where you could call a teacher by the first name. A teacher to us when we were in that age was like a general. It just felt like this was as substantial a position as an adult could get, a teacher.
My kindergarten teacher's name was Mrs. Goodikins. And just try to teach idiot 5-year-olds to say Goodikins.
Mine was Miss Petitmange, who had to be 110 then.
See, Betsy would have worked.
Yeah.
I called my gym teacher, Ellen, in 5th grade, and she not only slapped me, then called my mom, and she said I hit him, and then my mom actually slapped me, too. It was so disrespectful to call my gym teacher, Ellen. For some
Why
reason.
would you have a girl gym teacher? I've never had that my entire life.
Yeah.
I never had that.
Ellen
Did
Walters.
you go to girls' school?
No, it was a regular Catholic school. She was tough as nails, though.
Did she look like Ellen? Was that the joke?
I had a female gym teacher, but she wasn't the lesbo. She was the hot one. Like, she was gorgeous. And all the guys would, like, try extra hard to impress her in dodgeball.
Sure, why wouldn't she be impressed with an 8-year-old? She's got giant tits. Hey, she's looking for an 8-year-old.
Watch me climb this rope.
Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, calling for Fez. Hey, what number would you give Bart Simpson?
2.
They testing you, Fez?
I think they're trying to get me, like Bobo was.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, what number people tend to be your most favorite types of people?
You're a 5 guy, right? You love the 5s?
I like the 5s.
Yeah, that's my number.
Who do you dislike the most?
9s.
Well, I got that from my dad.
Good choice, Fez. Later.
Do you have, like, I don't like this group of people?
Sometimes 6s are, like, just hard to figure out.
Give me some famous 6s.
Who is a 6?
Or anyone that we know.
Bronx Johnny was a 6.
That fucker.
6s just seem kind of complicated to me, where it's like, I'm not instantly friends with them. I could be, but it's like, I'm not sure, it could go either way when I first meet them.
So sometimes you think, hey, I could really be friends with that person. They're a 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And what is your friendliest group?
The friendliest, the 7s seem to be the friendliest group.
They're just easygoing, those 7s.
7s, yeah. 7s are just freewheeling.
Phil, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Good.
Just want to ask you, what number would your ghost have been?
That's a good question.
The ghost, I think, is an 8.
Oh, scary.
Yeah.
Like it might have ate you.
Oh.
Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie, do you miss Blameless Fez?
I do miss Blameless Fez. And I miss...
me too.
I miss the days where everybody was on the same team. Those were lovely, lovely times.
I miss the days when you could come into work and feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, Fezzy, is Lene D a 1 or a 9?
Lene D is not either.
What is she?
Lene D is a 4.
Same as the Virgin Mary. Not bad for yourself.
Yeah. Her dad's a 6.
Boy, they're complicated. Andy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Hey, Fez, so what number would you be?
I have never given myself a number.
Why don't you try that? Stare in the mirror and see if you can't come out with something. Just take a look at your reflection.
I'm an 8. I'm not even sure about that.
It's just hard to read yourself, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at that picture of myself over the wall there, on the wall there. I can't come up with any sort of number. I don't see it myself.
That's a fucking 8, definitely. Look at that. That is a definite 8. Here's Steve. You're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Fez got an opposite ends of the spectrum kind of deal, man. What's Brad Pitt and then Ron Howard's brother?
All right, that's interesting.
Brad Pitt is a 7, and Ron Howard's brother is a 3. Clint Howard is a 3.
Mad Bomber. Interesting. You going to be okay tonight, Fezzy? I know Aunt's chick's worried about you.
Yeah.
And to know that show is giving you so many extra worries and that you're fretting.
Well, the last thing I wanted was for her to be caught in the middle.
Right. Middle, I think she chooses a side. She chose a side immediately against you.
Really?
That had to hurt.
It does hurt. Especially finding it out now live on the air.
Yeah.
It does hurt.
Better to find out on the air then, Fezzy, than off the air where nobody can laugh at you. That's what I always say.
Hopefully some things will be rectified by tomorrow's show, by the time we get in here tomorrow.
Whatever happened to Wiki caring about you? Those days gone?
Disappeared. I haven't heard from Wiki.
You got to call him back about that sports thing anyway, to see if you want to do that next Friday. Is that something you want to give a shot to?
I don't know.
Talk Tampa. Tried the first time, talk Tampa. See what happens.
Okay, I can try that.
Just say, yeah, we're going to give it one try. I'll let them know I sleep. Oh, what time is this? They want it done?
7:45 a.m.
It doesn't fit into my schedule at all. I am a person that sleeps well right up to the noon hour.
Yeah, I'll see if he takes my calls.
Yeah. I bet he doesn't. Bet he dodges.
Or if he's trying to, stay out of this so that he isn't called as some sort of corporate witness.
Right. And then you said you were already mad at Elo anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
With that other bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from.
I liked when instead of calling him Elo, you called him E-Blow to me. That was really witty.
Yeah. Just takes a B.
Yeah, I know. You always got a way of turning people's names on them. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I got kind of the same thing too, Fezzy, except for I put objects towards people, just by either the sound or their picture. It's more or less I see objects.
All right, give us a quick one.
Like with Ron, he's like a V-twin engine, kind of like a Harley, real loud and out there, but stubborn to get going sometimes.
All right, what's Fez?
Fez is a carrot.
You're a Harley and I'm a carrot?
That's
I don't
true.
know why. It's just there. It just happens, and it's just I don't know where I got it from, but just.
All right, we gotta go. That's it for us. We'll be back here tomorrow right after O&A. Ramon! Take Fezzy back to the Spag Shack.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.